girl from like back in the day.
Oh, childhood sweetheart, I think.
Yeah, but she's always like hidden. So if you like Google image, you might find like a throwback picture of her, but she's literally not in the spotlight at all. And they got married. He got married quietly, and then some guy announced it on it. He was interviewing him. He was like, "Oh, congratulations on your engagement, man, on your marriage." And Jacob was like, "Whoa, buddy, you're not meant to talk about that." And then we found out he had a kid on the album.
So he's hiding his baby from the world. So he's like Drake.
No, he's not. No one's like Drake. Drake ain't even like Drake. Morning, people. It is Thursday, the 30th of March. Welcome to TDA, the day after, your favorite news platform. Sorry, like I have no manners. My foot was up. Your favorite news platform and the home of popular culture as defined by the culture. And you guys know it's lit over here. We'll go ahead and introduce ourselves.
It's your boy, Big Moss from the east side of the bridge. Morning.
Good morning. It is your favorite shade queen, Martin Royalty.
And they call me E-Man, the pro-black activist, TDA producer and news analyst, Melanin Jam-Packed.
Nice. I was talking about J. Cole, by the way, earlier. The For Your Eyes Only album, where he announced he had a kid. I was going to ask you guys, all that talk about chips is making me hungry. It's making me hungry. Who's got the best fries?
What, from the fast food?
Yeah.
McDonald's.
I think Burger King.
I knew he was going to say that.
Oh, Burger
It's
King,
not
yeah.
right. It's absolutely near the bottom.
Burger King is banging.
Do you know what I like about
Consistently
Burger King,
banging.
though? They're always hot chips.
Yeah, always fresh.
Yeah, they're always fresh.
I don't like fresh chips.
Serious.
Do you know what? You don't like fresh chips?
Mm-mm.
Like a stale?
Not stale, but
But
I
like
just
just
need them.
lukewarm.
I need them settled in. Like I don't.
I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
Like fresh chips are disgusting.
I know what you mean with McDonald's ones. Because McDonald's is like, it hasn't quite marinated yet. Like,
Even out of the chip shop though, like that anything, if it just comes just directly out of the now and it's just fresh, that's not good for me. That's too fresh. I could taste the oil on it and that.
Do you know what I think though?
It's long.
I do think some of the like chip shops or like peri places have banging chips. There's one near where I live. Actually, they've got many branches, I can say. It's called Grillo's. It's like a peri place. Chips is banging. Chips is absolutely banging.
KFC changed theirs, isn't it?
Yes. KFC when I was younger.
KFC had
fatter,
decent chips. I used to think they were all right.
Yeah, same.
I actually like them.
And then they changed them. They put like the potato skin on them. That crap.
Yeah, now
on,
it's got the skin on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the ones when I was younger, I really like it.
Yeah, the ones when we were younger, the chips were cold.
I thought the food back then when we were younger was nice, as well. I miss nuggets, the McDonald's nuggets when I was younger. I remember what it tastes like.
The chicken sandwich.
McDonald's.
Yeah, the McDonald's chicken sandwich when it was. You might be too long when it was in the long, like the rectangular box, like the oblong, like the
Like
pear
oval,
drop shape.
Yeah.
And it was
I
like
remember
sky
that.
blue.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay, I don't remember sky blue.
No, like, you don't know good things, man.
Did.
No, you see that? Listen, because they changed the recipe. That must have been Mama's special recipe or something. I don't know. I don't know, but that was when it was authentic. It was the truth. The chicken sandwich was the craziest thing in the streets.
Yeah.
I wish I had
And
more
it's changed
KFC
now.
back
It's
then,
like
you know?
it's not even. I can't even say it's a shed of the burger. It was. It's totally different. It's not even the same thing. Like it's totally different.
I think food like changing recipes and stuff is one of my biggest heartbreaks. So basically, you know Millie's cookies, yeah. When I was younger, they used to make the nicest banoffee muffins, and it was basically banana and toffee was mixed together, and then on the top here, in a moment, at the top, it was like perfect. It was a perfect crisp, like a muffin that's just crispy on the top, and it had a bit of like toffee syrup on it. Best thing ever, like the best thing ever. Went there one time, muffins looking like Tesco muffins. I said, "What's going on here?" They changed the recipe.
What happens?
Completely changed the recipe with no warning, no nothing.
Cost of living.
What's the
No, this is back. This is before the recession.
what's the
always
biggest
happens.
recipe change we've experienced? What you could think of?
It's a muffin I just talked about.
Not even the food, but the sugar tax on the drinks.
Sugar tax.
Kicked my ass. It kicked
Sugar
my
tax
ass.
is the worst.
The sky
Do you know
wasn't
what
blue
Ribena
anymore.
used to taste
You know,
like?
you know, like how what I've known my whole life, yeah. And then one day you just
just-
went boom,
Yep.
Just gone.
and
Yep.
and you just changed it.
Do you know what upsets me the most? The Ribena back in the day. I remember what Ribena
Ribena
tasted
was
when I was
leng.
That's
It
the
was
best drink.
so
It's the best
good.
It was leng.
It was
100%.
so good.
It was one of the lengest things moving.
I would never have that again.
100%.
But to be fair though, yeah, I've adapted.
Annoyingly. Because when I went to Nigeria, and I tasted, obviously I have Nigerian Fanta here and there, yeah, but when I tasted like the Coke, I said, Just I had a sugar rush. It was crazy. Just like crack. It was lovely.
Remember how a Toblerone used to look?
Yeah.
Toblerone?
Yeah.
What, have they changed it? Ain't it a triangle thing?
Yeah,
It's a
but
triangle.
there's more gaps in between each triangle.
Yes, the gaps were
Yeah.
so small back
Before
then, and
it
there
was
was so many.
Now
No,
there's
so,
a gap.
if it has
It's
a
just
gap.
gone.
Yeah, man, it's sad. It's actually sad. Like they really just took things away. I feel like with the drinks here, they should have just done it like normal drinks and then less sugar, and then a zero. Let me choose if I want the full fat or not.
But KA, they couldn't do it to KA though. They tried.
That's what they have.
No, they have, but it's get blackcurrant KA and tell me it's still kicking. It's still kicking. There's lots of syrup and sugar in there. It's like they tried their best. Rio's still decent as well.
Yeah, Rio. No, I taste the difference for Rio.
I don't know.
It
Rio.
tastes like it's sweeteners instead. You know, like how the Coke Zero and stuff like that. They're sweeteners. Rio tastes like it's sweeteners in there.
Rio's something that I could drink now and still get like
A bit of
that flavour, that I want. You know what I'm trying to say that. But yeah, they changed.
Ribena
it
just
all.
tastes like hot juice now. It's just not it. It just doesn't. It's so sad, you know. Just take things away from people.
The kids will never know, man.
They will never
For
know.
real.
They actually would never know.
I mean, they'll live longer for it, but you know.
Will they? Social media's finishing them.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
that is true.
Got to pick a poison these days.
Well, you say that. I
true.
see better old people nowadays, so they was all right.
Yeah.
That is a word. We'll get into all of that, to be fair, later on. The life expectancies and health and food and stuff. But yeah, let's get into our headlines.
Let's do it. All right, so the first headline, basically, ministers have been urged to be more aggressive in tackling issues within religious groups. So a report by Colin Bloom will make recommendations urging action on issues ranging from unregulated faith schools to forced marriage and religious nationalism. It's due to be unveiled by Michael Gove's Department for Levelling Up, Housing and Communities within weeks. Some of the recommendations, including a call to monitor unregistered and part-time schools, threaten to trigger a row with faith leaders who have previously resisted such attempts by ministers to intervene in religious affairs. The recommendations are also likely to bolster Gove's calls for stricter oversight of Islamic groups in particular, which have sparked anger among British Muslims in the past. Bloom is a former head of the Conservative Christian Fellowship, which is a group of young Christians who helped put religion back at the heart of party thinking after the Thatcher years. Those close to the process say much of the final report will talk about the positive impact of religion and formal worship on adherents and society more widely. Some of the proposals will be designed to bolster religion as a core element of British society, including more resources for religious education to be taught in schools and more money to hire chaplains in prisons, schools and universities. Bloom will also push the government to do more to tackle forced marriages and will ask for greater resources to help support those trying to leave controlling religious groups. Do you feel like that? Maybe this is an obvious question. Do you feel like there's a lot of controlling religious groups in this country, though?
Controlling, I think all religions control their members, but not like the wider society.
Not like cults, though. Would you say?
Yeah, no tweet, Brent.
Would you say SPAC Nation's a cult?
100%. Yeah, there are a lot.
I feel like they struggle to leave, innit? Some of them.
Yeah, because a lot of them is brainwashing that goes on to them staying there. Yeah, actually, there are a lot of cults. There are a lot of cults. There are more cults than anything else. No, they really are. Because when you think about it, the way people take it it's so ingrained there that when you have more conversations with them, you realize their belief is not in God. Their belief is just in this one institution, as in this building, this company, this.
I agree.
Yeah.
Well, our next headline takes us to King Charles. So King Charles III has paid...
That don't even sound right. Still doesn't.
We're going to have to get used to it. He's paid tribute to Germany's extraordinary hospitality towards Ukrainian refugees during his first state visit as a monarch. The king said both the UK and Germany stand together with Ukraine in defense of freedom and sovereignty. In his toast at a lavish state banquet where he delivered partly in German, the king promised to strengthen ties. The king's 3-day tour with Camilla, who's the queen consort, comes after a planned visit to France was cancelled following unrest in several cities over pension reforms. The king also spoke about the fight against climate change, adding, "I am utterly convinced that the connections between us will grow even stronger as together we pursue a more sustainable, prosperous and secure future." He also mentioned his late mother, thanking the German people for the messages of support and affection they sent when she died last year. As a head of state, the king's official visits are decided on government advice. The choice of Germany and originally France as the first overseas destinations visited by the monarch will be seen as prioritizing stronger relations with European neighbours. And the last headline is about the Pope. So Pope Francis has a respiratory infection and will need to spend a few days in hospital for treatment. This is what the Vatican said yesterday in a statement. The statement also said that the 86-year-old pontiff had complained of breathing difficulties in recent days. It added that tests showed he did not have COVID-19. The statement came hours after Francis was unexpectedly taken to hospital for tests. The Vatican initially said the checkup had been scheduled, but Italian media questioned that, saying a TV interview with the Pope set for Wednesday afternoon had been cancelled at the last moment. His latest hospitalization comes ahead of a Palm Sunday service on the 2nd of April that marks the start of a busy week of ceremonies leading to Easter Sunday on the 9th of April, throwing into doubt whether he would be able to lead them, which is customary. Pope Francis suffers from diverticulitis, which is a condition that can infect or inflame the colon, and had an operation at the Gemelli Hospital in 2021 to remove part of his colon. Francis, who's been the Pope since 2013, said that this year he had no plans to resign anytime soon, and that if he eventually did, it would be for serious health conditions, such as if he was gravely incapacitated.
Are they all always called Pope Francis?
No, different names that they choose.
Oh, because I thought this guy died.
No, it's the other one.
Another Pope Francis.
No, it was it John Paul? Was it?
Was he a Pope?
Yeah, I think so. No, basically he was a Pope, but he stepped down, which is not normal. Like normally, no, he stepped down because what was it? I can't remember. But he stepped down. So basically, it was one of those rare occasions where you had two kind of popes living at the same time.
Oh, okay. I think. Do you know what's funny? You explained this to me last time.
Yeah.
Benedict.
Thank you. That's it.
Benedict. Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, that's it for deadlines.
Thank you. Let's get into what you're saying.
All right. So today's topic of the day is going to be a little bit of a combination with a woke or joke as well. Yeah. So I want to see what you guys' thoughts is on this. Yeah. And it's about AI, right? Artificial intelligence.
Is it like information on the doc? Because I'm seeing something else.
No, it's not.
Okay.
So artificial intelligence, yeah. Mm-hmm. So my first question is, what's your idea of AI? When you hear AI, what comes to mind?
Well, them fake pictures I keep seeing online that look crisp and they look real, and it turns out they're not even flipping real.
Okay.
So it sounds like an advanced Photoshop.
Okay.
To me,
that's the first thing that comes to mind.
Yeah.
Okay. What about you, Marks?
iRobot.
That's what I thought you was gonna say as well, you know.
Is it?
iRobot, yeah.
I'm not a robot, babe.
Well, like, say, do you see the world going in that direction?
What, in AI?
Like, realistically, yeah. Because obviously we've seen it in movies for years now, right? Like little things here, robots, introduction to aliens, even though aliens are not AI, but you get what I'm trying to say, right? Do you feel like as a civilization we're kind of moving towards having AI incorporated into every aspect of our lives?
Well, they use AI for everything already anyway.
Okay.
They use AI in bare things.
That's true. But into like proper advancement. So like you said, iRobot type stuff.
Yeah, but what else would they be doing apart from developing it and rolling it out? You get what I'm trying to say? If you put it in these different industries and use it for these different things and it makes things better or helps them with whatever they're doing, then surely they'll be developing it for everything.
So are you expecting like robots, or do you feel like it's already started? Because I feel like stuff like self-scans and that technology, that's baby robots. What do you mean? It's all starting.
Well, they make robots. They have robots. I don't know what it's going to take for things to be like commercially available like that. But all the things that they're talking about, they already have. I've seen that robot that can jump and do the assault course thing and all that, and has to adjust and balance and all that kind of thing. That's all AI and stuff like that. So once you got it doing that, like it just takes a few more tweaks. You can get it doing anything.
Okay. So you do say it as something that's definitely possible, and that Okay, cool. Would you be against it? Where's your line drawn? Because obviously, like you said, you can see it on the assault courts and stuff like this. Yeah. Would you mind if, like, for example, you're at a traffic light and you see a car driving by and there's got a robot in front?
No, I'll just stay very clear. Where I draw the line is when I start getting Ubers and it's being driven by nobody with vibes. I can't do that.
That's normal. That will be normal as well. They got the Teslas are self-driving.
Yeah, but I'm always gonna need a human in the car doing this.
So when you guys are talking about the robots this time next, that's all hardware, right? You guys are talking about the software that's in the robots, right?
But
that's what
then
AI is.
Yeah, but then going into the robots basically.
So the software. When you asked them about AI, were you talking about the software?
I'm talking about everything. I'm talking about where it can lead to. So it's where it starts with, right? Where it starts with, but where it can lead to.
Okay,
Society.
so because I want to be sure.
Okay.
Before you ask me the question, because in my head AI is just software.
Okay, cool. But in terms of that advancement,
What do you mean it's just software?
So annoying.
It's the code that's inside of the robots, the ones that you're talking about, the hardware.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Using a
it's
software.
like Teslas and all that type of stuff.
Yeah, but
So
if the software, if the
predictive
software,
texting, that's AI.
But I'm saying if they're gonna put software into hardware that's gonna allow it to be think for itself and have autonomy and all these kind of things, then that's what he's talking about. It's even though you're saying the AI is the software, the robots the hardware, they're linking the two, so it's the same, innit? You're putting
No, it's not the same. It's not the same.
Well, you're putting AI into hardware.
We can get to the whole conversation about the robots and the iRobots and the Wall-E's and all that crap, right?
Yeah.
But surely we have to start with the very basics.
What with the software?
With the software, because that's what the whole chat now is about. ChatGPT, and I think Google just
We're gonna get there,
something called BARD. Huh?
We're gonna get there.
What, ChatGPT?
Yeah, but you. All right, so you're just.
Brendan's basically saying
feeling
there's
out
no
the
structure
room.
to this conversation.
You're feeling out the room. You're saying you're feeling out the room first.
Yes.
All right. Okay.
I do
sorry.
this every day.
Sorry. Because we were going somewhere and then it was like everything that we were talking about when I interrupted. It sounded as though we were just focusing on the hardware part.
Yeah.
of it.
No. It's everything, but it's basically your what you first think of. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
All right. So in fact, you answer the question now. How you want to answer it?
What I first think of,
Yes.
I think of ChatGPT.
Okay.
Because that's
can you elaborate on
the most
ChatGPT?
recent thing that everybody's talking about.
What is
I
that?
don't know what it is.
Okay. Can you elaborate on ChatGPT?
ChatGPT is something that you can plug in any input, like either text, and a somewhat sentient being can respond to you or give you answers or output that can help you
Alexa.
do stuff. Kind of.
Well, you just
More
be typing.
A more advanced version of Alexa.
I was gonna make a
I
stupid
don't
joke.
understand.
So if you go on the internet now and type in, I think it's openai.chatgpt.
Yeah, that's the
something
company.
like that. You can type stuff in it. For example, you ask them, what's the weather like in London? And it would tell you whether it's such and such. You could ask them.
That's Siri.
You could ask them.
Siri will tell
give
me
me
that.
topics. I know. Give me topics
Alright,
to talk
not
about
you.
for topic of the day. Or probably be more specified than that. Give me a topic to do with AI that people can discuss, and it might give you a whole realm of topics. People are using it today to do essays and stuff in university. Full on essays.
Yeah, to be fair, because if I ask Siri to do an essay for me, he would just tell me where to look, where to go.
And the image part
So
that
it's
you're
just like
seeing.
it's Google basically. Just
No.
automatic.
No, the image.
Yeah, because you could get all that information online. You could do it. You could type it in Google. It will tell you. It's just automated now. It's just giving it to
No,
you.
but is this actually doing
the same
say
shit.
it's an essay? Yeah, that would write up the essay for me.
Yes.
Because if
It's
I went
more
on Google,
advanced,
Google would
yeah.
just tell me places where they can write. I can
Exactly.
hire them to write essays for me.
That's what I'm saying. So it's just automated now. It's just working for you. It's just automatic.
You're right.
Yeah, but
It's the same shit, it's just
that
automatic.
Yeah,
advanced
you're right.
step.
Let's leave where your mind's going. Just leave it there because you don't want to hear anything else. That's fine. You know the images that you're saying is hyper realistic and oh my goodness.
Yeah.
So people are typing in that, and that's the response that they're getting.
Oh.
And now you're even seeing. I'm not sure if you all saw the Will Smith
Yes.
eating spaghetti.
Oh,
That was via typing. I don't know what he typed
Really?
in. Show me Will Smith eating spaghetti.
it was a horrible video.
And it created out
I'll
of
show
nowhere.
you.
I don't understand what you mean.
I'll show you a video.
Yeah, sure.
That video was.
So obviously, as things go along, they're gonna fine tune this technology.
There's
And-
there's something going around now where it's copied Kanye's voice or something.
Yeah, you could even do your own voice
No, but
As
I
in,
don't.
it
I
could
haven't
model
listened
it.
to it, but apparently there's an AI thing of Kanye's voice
on a track.
Oh, yeah, it must
Yeah,
be.
it was on a track.
Was it good?
Yeah, it sounded like Kanye.
And even this is just a quick example. Again, it's kind of like the whole, like you said, Googling and Siri, all that type of stuff, but it's much more advanced. Like, for example, this picture here, yeah. The question is, what can I make with these ingredients? And you just got a picture of this.
Don't
That's it.
confuse him. He's doing two things at once.
Oh, sorry.
His brain is.
This is shit.
No, it looks like that right now, but just imagine they've just typed that in and that's what's come out. So as they refine it and get it better, they can start even making flipping movies.
That's so dangerous,
any
though.
input, without any human input.
I hate that. I think this is what.
So
Guys are going to start using it as a lie, boy.
Well,
I wasn't with her. That's all AI.
I think I told you guys about a series that I watched on BBC, right?
Yeah.
Where it manufactured somebody being there, but they weren't there. But this is.
But that was like Prison Break. Because Lincoln was never shot the guy, but they manufactured it to make it look like he actually, like, do you get what I mean? That's dangerous. That is so dangerous.
Yeah. So obviously,
Damn.
you could end up getting arrested for something. Obviously, applications if applied wickedly,
It's like,
and they have to double check whether it is this AI that was created or whether it was actually you.
yeah, they're gonna have to start doing. Is there ways to check that it's AI though?
Yeah. So with the
Okay.
essays, there's another site where you can input the whole essay into it to see if it is the patterns were from ChatGPT.
Turn It In is about
Yeah.
to be. It's about to be 100% plagiarism.
But then the other AI sites where you can put that essay in to change it a bit so that it looks like it's a human being that's done it. And this, you must have seen it on TikTok.
No,
Yeah, I have.
that's wild.
Yeah.
They even this Will Smith eating spaghetti is a bit like Chris Rock.
That's it.
It's so ugly. It's like a monster.
But that was all via text.
Looks it as well. Shit.
But it's gonna get to that place.
They're
You
gonna
know what I'm
refine
saying?
it so it's indistinguishable.
And look, you see the thing I showed you as well. Like you just got pictures now, for example, of what flour, eggs, milk, something, and just typing in the question, "What can I make with these ingredients?"
And then what happens?
Then it just tells you.
It doesn't show up the cookies with the Easter eggs in it, does it?
This guy. But yeah, there's
Oh,
just
so if you give it a picture of ingredients and then you
Yeah.
say, "Oh, what can I make with this?" and it'll just tell you.
Exactly. So it just produced, what did it say? It said there are many options for what you can make with these ingredients. Some possibilities include pancakes or waffles, crepes, French toast, omelets, quiche, etc., etc.
Yeah, but it's just advancements, and
That's
this
what
is
I'm saying.
advancements.
But
But
everything is like
everything
that,
we do advances every day, so I'm not even surprised by this. If I typed in Google, "What could I make with egg, flour, it's gonna tell me.
Yeah, but what it will lead to is loss of jobs. Because you have two applications that are currently being used, right? You have record labels creating rappers or musicians and putting up whatever they want to put out, right? You have
Oh, there's AI rappers, isn't it?
you have AI influencers,
And they say the
too.
N word. The white one
You
said the
have
N
AI
word.
influencers too.
It's crazy.
Yeah, but where are they? Who's watching that shit? Who's
You
buying
don't
that
know,
shit?
but you're not interacting with them other than on Instagram.
And
But
look at
you know they're AI
How?
because you could tell they're not real.
No, you some of them you can't.
If they got no
Alright,
real
you're
life
right, you're right,
footprint,
you're
if they got no
right,
real
you're
life
right, you're
footprint, if
right,
no
you're
one's
right.
met them in real life,
You're right.
if there's someone that's just
You're
on
right.
social
Let me
media and
show you.
nobody's met them in
You're
real
right.
life,
Let me show you.
surely people will know they're not real.
You're gonna basically say you can basically tell until it is that you see something and you can't tell, right? This is the same cookie and vegan stuff all over again.
Bro, if there's an influencer online, or if there's a rapper, that's online now, he's making songs that people are listening to, and nobody's physically seen this person, surely we all know he's not real. There can't be someone that we believe's real, and nobody's seen them, only on pictures of it. Nobody's seen them. There's no real life people with them. Why would anybody believe they're real?
Yeah, but you remember the record label could then say, okay, you know what? If we're at a stage in life where people need to see people performing and stuff, we can always hire an actor.
I mean, I hear you.
Especially if it is this rapper has a like a bandana, a ballion. You've never seen this person's face in your life.
Yeah, but it said people with ballies on. Like K-Trap, I never saw his face, but I've seen him in real life with the ballion. Seen people with pictures of him in real life. He's a real person.
You're talking about things in the past, right? We're not talking about what the future might hold.
Yeah, but I'm saying if someone just rocked up today,
talk to me about a different application about let's say an influencer.
Yeah, what do you mean?
You know, people just take pictures with photos and clothes and stuff on.
Yeah.
Can you basically apply that same? I need to see them in real life in order to basically be influenced by them.
Sorry, what?
Models.
I need to do what? I need to see them in real life to be influenced by them.
Yes, the same way you're basically saying.
It's not about influence. You're saying I need to see them.
I'm not going to be listening to the music.
No, yeah, I'm saying that what you're saying is I need to see them in real life to believe that they're real, not influenced by them.
So that's what you arguing, the whole real stuff?
You said that there's AI rappers and AI influencers that people don't know that they're AI, and I'm like, how the hell wouldn't they know they're AI if they're not real?
All right, to be honest, I can understand as to why it is that you were arguing for no reason. What I meant is the company who owns that particular technology can sell the stuff without the people needing to know that they're not real or real.
Okay.
Do you understand?
Fair enough.
So money would be made.
Yeah.
And then people wouldn't be getting jobs because those are being taken by AI. Do you understand?
I heard that.
So model agencies, even photographers, if you can type into a bloody thing, I want a picture of this particular thing.
That's
It couldn't mess up
photographers anymore.
It couldn't mess up the music. It
Yeah.
couldn't mess up the music industry, in a sense of the AI. You can get someone that can create their own music because it's AI and they sound amazing and boom, 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 boom. AI musician couldn't come out and be as big as Beyonce.
I can see it, you know.
They could be
No,
bigger.
how? Why? It's
you
not a
know
real
how-
thing.
Because they can reach different. One is Beyonce's music all over e-games and stuff. She's giving rights to them.
No.
E-games are going to be the biggest thing in the next however many years, right?
I can never see them having shows, you know.
Yes,
know how-
virtual shows.
yeah,
I mean,
virtual
everything's going
shows.
virtual these days.
But that'd be lit. Look at that with dead people. Would you go and see Michael Jackson?
Of course you would.
You wouldn't see AI Michael Jackson?
No.
You didn't really love him.
I don't know about that then.
Do you reckon you can make yourself an AI?
Huh?
You reckon we can make ourselves an AI?
Yeah.
So if we're like, say we decided to have a day off, like AI, do a TDA show today. Be lit.
Yeah, one day. Sorry, Manuel.
Remember gorillas?
They were
someone
always
put it-
cartoons.
Yep.
Yeah.
Obviously, we know they're real people. behind
They
the
are
scenes.
real people.
Yeah.
Wait,
Like
what?
the gorillas.
Gorillas is like
Yeah.
King Kong and them.
I've seen
No,
the gorillas. They are real people.
The artists group.
Oh, right.
You get me? I've watched
Yeah.
them perform.
Yeah,
They are
exactly.
real people.
But
Are they?
but in music
All right,
videos.
sorry, Manuel. Something just came through. So Temi just sent this through. She's using AI currently as we're speaking.
Okay.
She put in, write me 12-bar rap that songs like Margs, Mashtong wrote it, right?
Go ahead.
Do you think there was a...
They about to plagiarize your ass.
Hmm?
They about to plagiarize your lyrics.
Oh no, go. Let me
Alright.
hear it.
First one, Mashtong, you know the name. I spit hot fire, it's all in the game. From the ends to the blocks, I rep for the tongue. Got bars for days, I don't need no crown. It sounds like you, bro.
That does not sound like me. That is whack.
Chorus.
AI hasn't caught up yet. So you used to give that AI killie training. The heck?
Chorus.
Oh man.
Mashtong, we don't play. Haters get out the way. Got the
Haters
game
get
unlocked.
what?
Out of the way.
We run the show, Mags on the mic. You ready? No.
This is
Verse
giving
two.
it's giving school
My
talent
rhymes
show.
hit hard like a bullet in the chest. Ooh.
No, yo, big them up though.
Ooh, to things.
Big them up though. They tried their thing. Like, I can't even knock it. To be honest, I can't even knock it. To be totally honest with you.
Someone said you won't believe AI is going to take jobs until they start having AI podcasters.
They probably already have that now.
I don't really care about all that shit anyway. To be totally honest with you.
So you're not afraid of what could
I ain't
what could
scared.
happen?
I ain't scared of nothing.
Okay. All right, let me say this then, yeah? Obviously, we know one of the people that's been championing AI stuff, right, is Elon Musk, innit? Yeah.
Who?
Well, Elon Musk.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He's not real, that's why. It's the people them.
So he's basically what's come out is that he's one of the key figures with other people as well that have basically said, guys, we need to stop this AI stuff for some time.
That's what he's saying.
That's what he's saying. Yeah.
Shocking.
because he's saying, yo, there's potential real life risks to us as human beings. This is what Elon Musk is saying.
Yeah.
So when you say you're not scared, right? Maybe there's something to be scared of.
Elon, who is an alien, is scared.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
I don't know. I just think life is so interesting. Like, it's just weird. Like, our kids might be in virtual school and stuff. Do you know what I mean? Like, when they go to school, they might just be like the odd adults supervising, but the lessons and stuff might just be by robots and all that kind of. It's weird.
All of that will happen. Is that a good thing though?
It wouldn't make a difference.
I feel like it will be fitting for the time that it is.
Okay.
I think our children will be very well equipped because they've been in the matrix from the jump.
Yeah, true.
They don't know how to live in real life anywhere.
That's what I'm saying. It would be suitable for the time that they're living because that's all they're going to ever know. It's like the kids with like social media. They've never known a time without social media.
AI is not a problem. There's no problem with AI. If people lose their jobs, they lose their jobs. You start learning how to code or something, you'll be all right.
That's what they've been doing. They're now learning how to code in primary school.
Who, the kids?
sick.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. So then they'll be all right. Learn how to make AI. then you'll always have a job. Do you get what I'm trying to say? There's nothing to worry about with AI unless, they take over the robots. That's the only thing. You said you don't care about the hardware or the software or whatever, but that's the only issue. Anything else, if it's going to help improve life, make things better or whatever, then all right, cool. Let's just roll with the changes and roll with the punches.
You're saying
the
it doesn't affect your life.
only issue,
And your
is
revenue
if
streams right now.
is if they take over the robots. It's not. I bet on myself all the time. It's not going to affect my revenue stream. I still believe in people that like real people and real things. There ain't no AI that's going to come and make anybody who rocks with me not rock with me no more. I'm still my own person, so I don't worry about that. Whatever's going to happen, you don't worry about that. I'm going to be cool. I'm always going to be cool.
All right, let me stop this.
The only thing that you have to worry about is AI is if the robots come and kill you.
No. I hear what you're saying, but no. All right, so I listened to this podcast, right, where they were talking about, I think it was Tom Billy and Ra Paul. I can't remember what his name is. I'll put the link up.
RuPaul.
It could be RuPaul.
No, it's not.
It's not a drag race. King or queen. It's not.
I think the Raoul Pal. Something like that. Cool. Don't do that.
You feel
And
right
they
to
were
it as well.
going back and forth with what the potential danger is with this, right? And Raoul Pal told Tom, he said, basically they had this AI that was predicting like trading like differences, right? So they'd slipped this particular technology into this particular banking system, and they were looking to see where, if something happened in Nicaragua, some geological something or the other, how would it affect the banking system in I don't know, Japan? And then they will make investments based on that, right? So he said they had to disconnect that from the system because that particular AI was doing things that they didn't even know how to reverse engineer. They didn't know how they were making money, but they didn't understand how it was making money. Do you understand? So it was coded to say, make sure and make money doing this, that, and the next. But if it is that you don't know what it's doing, at one point in time, it could do something adverse to that and tank everything. And they wouldn't know how to basically fix it. So when you say only when that software is in physical hardware like iRobot when it's going to be dangerous, because it could tank the entire flipping banking system.
Forget the banking system. I don't mean just physically in robots. I mean like it's the same thing like what happens in Terminator, when it can get into the missiles and all that, the machines that can get into the actual working system and control the internet.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean all of that stuff.
The world is run on the internet. What? Everything's run on the internet.
But I'm saying the only thing we've got to worry about is if it gets in there and goes crazy.
But right now it's in there.
Yeah, but it might not go crazy.
It's the parameters that we are allowing it to basically be free with. Yes, we're coding it, but if it is that, because in my head, this, if it becomes sentient, right? If it thinks for itself, it's gonna look to protect itself from any violence. Yeah, any threats whatsoever. Do you understand? And if that happens, then we're finished. Well, I'm not finished because
with people creating these things, they should just make a fail-safe.
Like what? Don't hurt humans?
No, just being able to kill it.
Like a plug.
Just press a button to just kill it. You should be able to just kill it. What's the point in making something? How could you be so smart that you can make something that gets smarter than you and you can't control? What kind of foolishness is that?
The thing is, even if there
That
was
is
something
so dumb.
I think that's science, though.
That's just dumb, though.
Look what happened during the pandemic, right? We found out that they were actually making these gain-of-function viruses. They were doing that so they could now say, if this happened, we would be able to create a cure. We've been doing that as human beings.
Yeah, but doing all this stuff without no fail-safe it's negligence.
Silly, yes. And what? We are very, very not unsilly human beings.
I don't know.
This is discovery. This is what science is.
Take your medicine then, because at the end of the day, the very concept of it is to allow it to have freedom and allow it to think and allow it to have all these stuff like that. So all the stuff that you're worried about are potential issues, but you would know that as and when you're making it. So you just got to put things in place to stop that. If you're smart enough to make it something so smart, how can you not be smart enough to be able to control it? That doesn't make sense. You get what I'm trying to say? That's human error. That's stupid.
Do you know that there are human beings that would rather the world be culled a bit than not?
I don't mind. How long is all this stuff working? Because I've gone through
That was the question I asked you.
I've gone through nearly half my life already.
That was the question I asked you.
So I ain't worried about all this
That's
shit.
the question I asked you.
Huh?
That's the question I asked you.
What do you mean? How long is it going to take to get there?
That's not what I asked you.
What are you asking me?
Do you know there are human beings that would rather have the population of the Earth dropped considerably than not?
You're going back to that's like COVID conspiracies again.
It's not a conspiracy, but do you know that that exists, right?
I'm guessing there's some people in the world.
All right.
with that
So,
sentiment.
do you think that there's scientists that have ulterior motives, not just for the benefit of humanity?
Well, like there's a mad scientist out there that just wants to take away half the world, like
Why
Thanos.
do you say it in that tone?
I'm just asking you. I'm just asking you because there's.
You love Thanos, right? He's doing for the better.
Are you saying so? Are you saying there's a mad scientist out there?
Plenty. There are plenty.
I don't think he's got the resources. Like, I don't understand what you're saying. So there's like a supervillain out there that's
Villains.
there's supervillains out there
Yes.
that's got money and knowledge,
Yes.
and their plan is to cull the world.
One of many.
It sounds nice. It's
No,
like-
this
like,
actually exists right now.
this is
drip-fed
movie
technology.
stuff.
We are. What are you talking about? The army even do it, bruv. We are drip fed.
Bruv, I've never heard you say that word in
We are
6
drip
years.
fed. That's the language he understands. We're drip fed technology all the time, all the time.
Yeah, no, I believe that. I'm with that. I've said that. I believe that.
And we're things are hidden from us that have already existed
Facts.
50 years before,
Facts. Believe that too.
right?
Yep, believe that too.
COVID is an example of how they were trying to lick off all the old people
All right.
and the weak
I say you draw the line.
and the weak.
I mean, we know what we know, but I don't think we say out loud.
So don't tell me that all these scientists and those who are looking to basically give AI sentient existence. Don't tell me that all of them are good.
Okay, I get because humans ain't all good, innit? People have ulterior motives and people have got darkness in their heart and stuff like that. I understand and I get it. You get what I'm trying to say, like. But what you're painting is fictitious stuff because we haven't seen it in history. We've only seen it in movies and books. Like that bad guy that's come to take the world over and do this very rare as like a one person, like what you're talking. It's never presented itself. Obviously, you've got groups of people, and even then, they're vilified by certain communities. And if you want the truth, they might not be what it is. Like that thing that you're talking about has never
The
existed.
bad guy who wanted to take over or control humanity never existed. Hitler. What are you talking about?
Huh?
He didn't have any technology in that sense.
Again,
You know the many Hitlers that's currently still chilling in plain daylight.
it depends on who you're talking to. You know how many people loved Hitler? It's not the same thing what you're talking about. It's not a one big massive threat to the whole world. He had supporters. It's not the same thing what you're talking about, what they make in movies. It's not the same thing. There's bare people who understood or agreed with what he was doing. It's not the same thing. It's not, where's this big bad person that's come to kill the world and the Avengers have to come and save us? Like, what are you talking about? That don't exist.
Sorry, what?
Okay, forget.
No, I don't understand. Did I say that there was a Hitler as hypervisible today?
No. You did.
So what were you just ranting about just now?
You said you brought up Hitler as an example. I'm saying that's not the example.
No, I gave you an example of how there's a person who basically wanted to cultivate the world in his own image. But you have so many other organizations that currently do that today. They're just hidden.
Like what? Give me some examples.
BlackRock, the American government, the British government, Chinese government.
Okay, fair enough. But I'm stuck on this. There's a scientist in a lab somewhere who's got the control of the AI that's gonna inject it into the system and screw us all. That's what you were saying.
I think that there are more than one scientist, and I think again there are several agendas, right? That some of us don't understand. Some of us basically just assume that we know based on conspiracy theories and this, that, and next, right? This is what runs half of us. This is what keeps us awake, and this is what creates content for podcasts, right?
Yeah.
I do believe that there's truth in a lot of it. This pandemic that we just lived through, a whole set of lies have been told. I do believe that that was done on purpose for a reason. I do believe that. And I do believe that some individuals, some entities, some organizations, they know about it because they had their hand in basically doing it. Mr. Fauci himself.
No, I hear where you're coming from. That would be organizations like what you're saying. So the government plans that. I don't think there's rogue individuals. Like it will be a part of a bigger plan, a part of a grander scheme, because obviously you can't trust them. Like you're saying, the American government, the English government. So it will be part of a bigger thing for an organization. So in that sense, I could say where you're coming from is possible, but there's not rogue. It's not like a rogue individual.
No, I don't think it's just one. I think they're many.
Yeah, but they're not like They're not like a separatist group. Like they'll be doing the government's bidding if that's what's going on.
Not the government's bidding. No, I don't think the government's in charge. They're puppets. I believe they're flipping puppets. Anybody who doesn't have like a mainstay, they can be switched out because of people are voting them in. Brother, they're puppets, all of them.
So where's the power lie?
Behind the scenes.
And then they're the ones that's gonna. So they're gonna create AI and lose their power.
Who's what?
The people that be the powers that be the ones that control the government that you're talking about have a level, yeah, because they're doing all this stuff. So that means they're in control of creating this AI stuff, yeah.
I think that they're at the forefront of all of technology.
And then they're gonna do that. So they're gonna do that and then lose their power to the AI.
No, so that's what you're saying. You're saying that they would basically create something that will eat them.
Yeah.
I don't think it would ever start off like that, but I do believe that within those same organizations, you might have some wacky mother effer, but I'm not saying just focus on that person. That the pursuit could be to basically make them more powerful and to basically aid their organization to get stronger.
But they screw themselves.
Because of its sentient nature, it might go left. And this is why Elon Musk, even though he's flipping rich and everything, he's like, wait a minute. I know I've been creating AI. I know I've been responsible for developing this, that, and the next for my cars and this, that, and the next. But what I'm seeing over there, you guys are going a bit crazy. And y'all don't understand where that might lead to. So he's coming out and saying, hold up, let's put some parameters in place because this is wild. You mother effers coming in saying, let's see how far we can go. Let's be curious as hell. That could lead to something that we can't basically reverse.
That's cool though, man. That's the advancements of life and technology, man. Let the AIs do it. They might create some new stuff. They might actually get to the moon now.
Yeah, okay.
To Mars.
They might get to Mars. You never know.
Yeah, we've been there before. But go on.
Well, in the same open letter, yeah, that all these people are signing their name to, yeah, they're saying AI systems with human competitive intelligence can pose profound risks to society and humanity, as shown by extensive research and acknowledged by top AI labs, yeah? Unfortunately, this level of planning and management is not happening, right? I've just skipped a bit. Even though recent months have seen AI labs locked in an out-of-control race, right, to develop and deploy ever more powerful digital minds that no one, not even their creators, right, can understand, predict, or reliably control. So like you were saying, it will be stupid for them to not have some type of fail-safe, yeah? Seems as though when you get to a certain level, there's no fail-safe.
Because self-preservation for them. These sentient beings will be like, I don't want to die. And my main action is to save humanity or make it better. And in order to do that best, I need to be alive. So let me just...
It's not that. It's that film that they made that thing, and it's to protect humanity, innit? The AI, whatever, to protect humanity. And then it done all this maths and all this calculations, and then it's saying humanity's biggest threat
is itself.
Is humanity. Then now it's trying to wipe the people out to save the people. There we go. That's what's gonna happen.
All right, let me ask you this. Yeah,
But we still should be afraid of it.
No, because by the time I get here, I'm gonna be long gone.
Okay.
That's why I don't care. 'Cause by the time it gets like that, I ain't gonna be here. I told you, I've gone through half my life already. I'll be straight.
So your son?
Yeah, I mean, I won't be here. Hopefully, it'll be cool. What do you want to do? You gotta live through it, man. Gotta live through it, baby.
On a practical level, yeah, what would you want AI to do for you on a day-to-day? Just to make your life better?
Everything.
Everything?
Clean.
Everything. Handle that. Look after my youth.
Everything. Every damn thing. Make
So
me money.
So what would you do?
Be a lady of leisure, like I was called to be. And, make love to my man. That's it. That's it.
When you get tired, yeah.
To get the AI.
Because you know it will lead to that, innit?
I'll be all right.
So, like, do you think we'll lose our value?
What's your
just
purpose
alive?
of living?
Yeah, what's the point?
Vibes.
What do you mean? You gotta
I'm
cut
here for a
through.
good time,
People
yeah.
don't know. People don't know their purpose of life now. People don't know their purpose of living now. So let's not pretend like the AI is
But
going
these
to come
things are not my
and,
purpose.
and
That's
what
throw
keeps
us in
them
a
alive.
spin. Huh?
That's what keeps them alive.
Yeah, but then if you don't, then they're still going to be keeping alive. Then
Now I've spent more time to actually find my purpose.
you feel me?
All that it's freed me up from all my chores. I want my chores done. I think one of the biggest scam in life here is that you have to eat. Like eating every day means you have to cook every day. Well, you obviously can cook it in bulk or whatever, but I don't want to do that. I want my food fresh. It's wild to me. I want AI to choose my next hairstyle. I want to be like, what hairstyle? Because that takes a lot of my time. Think about what I'm going to do my hair next. What should I do to my hair? AI. So do you know what? I booked your braids appointment. She's over there. She's at your door. I knew you were going to want this. She's at your door. I just want life made easy for me in whatever way that could be.
I feel like then you just be walking in circles. Like you just do this because everything's done.
No, because I would then spend time. Like I wouldn't want AI doing TDA for me. I'll be here. I would spend time doing the things that I actually want to do. I have hobbies. I've been doing hella Pilates. I've been working out. It was sick.
AI will be a good thing. It'll be good. It'll be definitely be amazing before it gets bad.
I have so many hobbies.
Before it gets bad, it'll be amazing.
Yeah, I can travel.
And there'll be plenty of good years.
Oh,
I think.
yeah.
All right. So if we can hear you, caller. Sorry.
Call back, please.
Yeah. If
You've been trying to hear them.
Yeah. If we deep it, and we say that the whole Instagram/model community is now going to be virtual and digital, that just licks off all the models that exist, right? Because we don't need you anymore.
We talk about the real models or the Instagram models because we're gonna need them for the catwalks. The real models gonna be
It
alright.
could be virtual from now on.
What virtual catwalk?
Someone had that. Someone had that.
Good morning, Salah.
Sorry, Salah, 1 second.
Good morning.
Someone had that during lockdown, I think. It was the sickest show ever. It was like, I can't remember, but it was basically like a virtual experience type thing. It was so sick. So yeah, they will do that. Their models won't be needed. They can finally eat some food. Get the AI to make them all types of dishes they've never had before. Morning, Saleh.
Good morning. How's everyone
Sorry, how do we
today?
pronounce your name? Because I think we
I just don't
remixed
understand
it.
why like man are saying like, oh, you don't need model. So what? Because the AI can come up with an image that looks good. I'm going. Like, are you saying do
cheaper to
these things
use.
look like humans?
Yeah.
It'd be cheaper to use.
Because that Will Smith didn't look like Will. I'm saying how's the AI?
Don't look at that.
How's the
and
AI gonna
me show
Sorry,
you.
Saleh.
It'll get
replace a human?
Good morning, Saleh.
Like, I don't care.
We
But
actually have a
like,
call.
How do you
Hello,
pronounce
yeah.
your name, sir?
Sorry, how do you pronounce your name, please?
Yeah, no, you guys are pronouncing it right.
No, the boys aren't. I do.
Everyone
I said Salah.
He says Salah.
Salah.
I even said your name.
Hey,
What's your problem?
Saleh.
Saleh.
But yeah,
Saleh.
I was calling to say
I even say your name.
there's a saying. What's it called? Tough times produce tough men. Tough men produce soft times, and soft times produce soft men.
It's a parable.
And then from point, then we need strong men again. Now, if we think about it, with all this technology that they're trying to like the AI stuff, if we've got AI, then loads of like even okay, for example, the what's it called? The bank that you said that they were making loads of money with this machine that was running. That machine would replace loads and loads of people's jobs. That one single machine. So if the amount of available jobs, like I know it sounds a bit cliche to say, oh, they're going to take our jobs, because probably like humans, we're most probably going to have to find other things to do anyway. I right now, at this current point in time, I just don't know what that could possibly be if we don't have jobs to do. And if we don't have jobs to do, then think about the education in schools. What are they going to be thinking? Oh, let's teach these children so that they can do in the future. So then the way I see it, the quality of education is going to go downhill, because these children aren't going to be taught to do anything. Maybe they'll be taught to just like, maybe they're just playing PlayStation all day, because all they do in life is play games. Because
they might teach them a higher level of learning. They might teach them quantum physics. They might teach them some new science that we don't even know. Some next technology, warp speed and that.
But why would they teach them this? Why?
Because they created new stuff, so they're going to give it to the world, isn't it?
Yeah, but what's like now think about what jobs the AI is going to be doing. Like think about everything that is quantifiable for them to be doing. So even like especially now with the driverless cars and all this kind of stuff. So if you go on Deliveroo, then it will deliver it to your house. They're also then the machines, they'll be able to do the cooking inside the kitchen. Okay, then what else is there? Even like something like your gardening, it can come easily. Just assess the garden, cut all the trees down to the last single leaf. Every leaf will be cut perfectly. So what is it that what's going to be left?
They don't even look real.
And you could even try and say, oh, we can teach them how to make AI. But it's like, okay, once each of these AI things are created, what will we be making more AI for? Like if we've got the perfect gardener AI, yeah. Once that one person has created that, who else? Like, why would we be looking for something else?
Yeah, I definitely hear you, man. I definitely hear you. But you know, like a capitalist will always basically say, you know what, at the end of the day, we'll just find a way in it. Like, because that's always happened. The Industrial Revolution came about and people were scared, thinking this is just like the end. There will be nothing greater than this right now. You know what I'm saying? And now today makes the Industrial Revolution look like, you know what I mean? Like kids play, you know what I'm saying? So I think there's always going to be something, we just can't conceive of it right now. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I definitely hear what you're saying. Because like you said, if AI can do everything, 100%. Then AI can just do everything. You know what I'm saying? But maybe AI is the next human being. Maybe there is no need for us.
What I'm saying is, don't let the pastors know that they can do AI church.
Do you get where I'm coming from? Like, obviously, I don't want to go too like, you know, into the conspiracy theory side of things yet. But you know, there's people out there who actually believe, right? For example, that us human beings were created by like other beings, like Anunnaki, aliens, and things of that nature, right? So they may see it as, okay, you know what? Maybe like we are, I guess, a primitive form of AI or robots. So when it's time for those to come in, it's just our time for us to leave. You know what I'm saying?
Who is leaving?
You know what I'm saying? Like,
imagine.
You just you don't know.
It's all wild,
Might be time for us to go.
It could be.
Boy, I'm here for a good time, not a long time.
Listen.
You know? Because look at us now. We rely on everything to come from the earth, right? If AI doesn't need this, AI then at some point may just feel like, you know what, we found some resources that we need, as in AI needs, and another planet, just leave this planet and be gone.
I understand what you're worried about. We're like, I told you again, technology, all these things, all these advancements, we're supposed to be making it. You get me? Like space travel and all that. There's immediate advancements and anything that's going on. If the AI is going to come and pattern up, you get me? give us some new technology, some warp speed, go and search the galaxy and them thing there. We're supposed to be moving forward. We're supposed to be living like the Jetsons long time ago. Like, everything's supposed to be patterned up. So if it's AI that's going to push us and give us that leap and take us there, what are you so worried about? You don't want to stay in the Stone Age. I don't. I'm trying to go to the future, baby.
But what if only AI goes there and not you? So for example, I
don't understand this.
What I mean is this, everything that you consume, is via media, right?
Yeah.
So let's just say AI says, we've developed something and we've got the right material, and this, that, and the third, to go to the far planets, right? And you still consume what it's like on Mars, but here on Earth. So only AI goes.
What?
And you just chill here.
They make humans out of AI.
No, so AI itself, like the actual hardware, will do those like crazy explorations.
Yeah, but then we wouldn't affect
I think that will actually be. I think that will actually be like one of the best possible outcomes, because if these AIs get so smart that they just up and leave us here on this earth, at least we still have something to do and life. Exactly. Because if not, and they decide, they want to stay here, and we are the ones that are taking their space, then boy,
yeah, for real. That's true.
Start digging or something. I don't know.
That's true. Well, all right. Well, thank you, Sally, for calling in, man.
Everyone have a good day.
You too.
Take care.
So it was a stat that they replaced quite a few jobs in the Amazon warehouse with AI.
Yeah.
So it's affecting even the quote unquote lowest of laborers. That's gonna affect everything.
I can't care.
I know, because right now you're not an Amazon packer. You're not an Amazon worker right now, so it's not affecting you yet.
It's never going to affect me. I'm only going to benefit from it. If it's good, if it comes in, it's just going to benefit from it. It's never going to affect me. You get me? I embrace it. Let's go to the future, man. AI, let's do it.
Imagine being fired on TDA because you got a AI replacement.
It means it's better than me, man.
But then does that just increase the competition and make us as human beings have to be better to stay relevant?
I think eventually it will. I think at some point it will. I think because I think that as much as you will have people who like traditional stuff and blah blah and that kind of stuff,
Take it.
I think that's where people's interest will lie. Because in the same way, like, when magazines, when like we were getting social news and stuff from social media, and people were like, well, there's some people who still like the traditional newspapers and the physical newspapers and physical magazines. Over time, that's a dying industry. Do you know what I mean? Over time, it's dying. So I think it's gonna be the same. Where yes, you might have that virtual. You have AI artists, AI podcasters, AI whatever, and they're doing virtual shows. And people might feel like, the audience who like traditional ways will like it, but after a while, it's gonna be lit over there.
Yeah,
What do you mean? I think that's how human beings are though. With everything, when something new comes out, we think it's odd. We think like, I don't really want that. We don't subscribe to it, and then over time, yeah.
Exactly.
Look at the vaccine.
Exactly.
As an example.
But all right. Well, I think we can end the topic of the day there, man.
Lovely. Thank you. Let's get into headlines.
All right. So our next headline: Julian Knight, who was suspended. Well, trigger warning here, guys. Julian Knight, who was suspended from the Parliamentary Conservative Party over the case of sexual assault, has always denied allegations, right? Scotland Yard received an allegation on the 28th of October last year before a further referral relating to the incident and was made on the 7th of December. In a statement, the police said they are no longer proceeding with an investigation and there have been no arrests. The Tory Whip's office said it will not restore Mr. Knight as a Tory MP following further complaints. Mr. Knight has claimed he's the victim of a continuing witch hunt against him by the Whips. Mr. Knight said he was not interviewed by the police. In a statement released before the Whip's office announced that he would not return to sit as a Tory MP. A spokesperson for the Chief Whip, Simon Hart, said, following further complaints made to the Whip's office, we will not be restoring the Whip to Julian Knight. The next headline is basically about an Afghan war hero who's basically almost about to get deported from the UK to Rwanda. So senior military chiefs, politicians and diplomats have joined a growing band of supporters calling on Rishi Sunak to prevent an Afghan war hero from being deported to Rwanda. According to a report this week by The Independent, the pilot was forced to flee the Taliban and travel to Britain on a small boat because he could find no safe and legal route. Mr. Sunak has promised to review his plight, and on Monday, he asked the Home Office to look into the pilot situation. As anger grew, one former cabinet minister called the case shameful, while senior military figures warned the Afghan Air Force veteran would have faced retribution and even death if he had not escaped. An email sent from the Home Office said that because he had travelled through Italy, Switzerland and France in order to reach England, that could have consequences for whether his claim is admitted to the UK asylum system. The Home Office also said told the pilot his personal data could be shared with the Rwandan authorities, which sparked claims that he had already been forgotten by the US and British forces. And the last headline takes us to Colombia, where, trigger warning here, at least 9 Colombian soldiers have been killed in an attack on an army base. The government says rebels from the National Liberation Army, the ELN, launched homemade mortar shells at the base in the municipality of El Carmen. The attack comes as the government and the ELN are engaged in peace talks as part of President Gustavo Petro's plan to bring total peace to Colombia. Peace negotiations have been underway between the two sides since November, but so far no bilateral ceasefires have been agreed. The attack, which is the deadliest since the peace talks resumed after a 3-year hiatus, is another setback to President Petro's aim to get all of Colombia's illegal armed groups to down their weapons for good. Last week, the government suspended the ceasefire it had agreed with Colombia's main drug trafficking cartel, the Gulf Clan. Mr. Petro is the first left-wing politician to be elected president of Colombia. His right-wing predecessor in office, Iván Duque, broke off talks with the ELN after the group exploded a car bomb at a police academy in the capital, Bogota, in 2019. 22 people died in that explosion. Mr. Petro has summoned the government delegation and guarantor countries involved in the peace negotiations for a meeting on Monday, at which they will discuss the future of the peace process. And that's it for the headlines.
Thank you. Let's get into Word on Road. All right, so my first story for you guys is a trigger warning, and it's about Flo Rida's son. He fell down a 5-story building.
Wow.
With the lid from the apartment. Fell out the window. And he's currently in ICU. So that news broke last night. So just praying that, he makes a speedy recovery and a healthy recovery. But apparently he's got like broken pelvis. And
Wow.
How old is he?
He's 6 years old. Sorry, I forgot to add that. Yeah, he's 6 years old. Yeah, it's horrible, man. It's just horrible. And so he was diagnosed with autism and a brain condition anyway. And then, yeah, it's just a whole thing. But hopefully, God willing, he pulls through and gets better. But the mum is wanting to sue the apartment, which I personally think I'm not really getting it. Mm-hmm. She's basically wanting to sue them for not having window guards. But you've lived there. You didn't just move in. You've lived there for years. So just because this has happened now you want to sue them, but also you should have not blaming her, but you should have kept an eye on your kid. Do you get what I mean? So I don't know about her lawsuit, but we'll see anyway. We'll see if I'll report if she wins that. But personally, I just think her priorities are just be praying for your child, please, right now, not all of that stuff. So that happened, and then also I wanted to report on this. I just thought it was interesting. So I've spoken a lot about how Carl Crawford, who was the CEO of 1501 music label that Meg was signed to, how obviously he's spent a lot of time kind of bullying her online and all that kind of stuff. And I'd let you guys know when he kind of took all of that back post the Tory conviction. He was appealing the case, by the way, but I couldn't bother to report on that. But I can't. But so basically, so she's going to Houston, and I just thought he made a post about her going to Houston. I just thought it was so funny and just very, for lack of a better word, pathetic. So he says, "Hey Houston, this Friday, 31st of March, the queen of the hotties and one of the most iconic female artists of our time will be touching down. We want the entire community of Texas to help 1501 Certified Entertainment welcome the queen of the hotties, Megan Thee Stallion, back to the city of Houston." And he goes on to just basically talk about how they're proud of her. And he says, "We look forward to continuing to support our 1501 artist, Megan Thee Stallion." He just has to let us know. He's talking about Meghan. In all of her future endeavors, the 1501 staff is dedicated to a successful and exciting launch of this new project. We would like blah, 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 all that kind of stuff. And basically goes on to say, join us in fully welcoming Meghan Thee Stallion back home to Texas. Meghan and the hotties have our full support as we move into this hot girl summer and spring 2.0. Very, very pathetic behavior. He spent months, not even months, years bullying her. And then when the whole Tory thing happened, he was out here whining and dining, buying bottles for Tory lanes. And then now you want to do the queen.
That might mean he still has a cut though.
Is what?
Of her.
As what?
He still has a cut of her.
Well, like money
A piece, yes.
Yeah, but you'd have to do all of this. He knew he had money. He had money still.
No,
tied
but
to
they
her
were
and all that
going back
stuff.
and forth with Rockefeller. Rock Nation, sorry.
Rockefeller.
Rock Nation.
Yeah, I don't get your point.
So I could understand as to why is that the narrative is changing now.
No, but narrative.
Because they could have settled something behind the scenes, and he knows. Well, I still have a percentage. So
No, but do you know what? What makes it even worse is because he's not the CEO anymore. So when I reported this last, he's handed it over to someone else now. So he's not involved anymore, basically. So this is what makes this even worse in my eyes.
Why is he still throwing up gang signs then? Of course he still has a percentage. If he's
No,
still
but he was
promoting it like that.
No, but he was. I don't know about percentage, but he was the CEO of the label, so he's no longer the CEO of the label, right? So this is what for me. I feel like, why are you still involved? Just be quiet.
I know why I said, but go on.
For money.
Yes,
but money
man.
was involved when he was bullying her online as well, though.
No, that was in. They were disputing that.
Yeah, but
Rock Nation was trying to basically thief it from him.
Yeah, they were. But at the time, the court didn't rule anything about you're not going to have any money. Rock Nation was taking them to court about it, but they were still making money from her. They've always been making money from her.
Because she was still signed to them.
Yeah. This is confusing. Never mind. Anyway, I just think it's pathetic. Moving on. What's it called? So I told you guys about Eva Marcille, the model who's what's the word? She not signed up for divorce. What's the word? Petition for divorce? There's a word I'm missing. But anyway, so basically her husband has said he's going to fight for her, which I thought was really, really cute. Filed, that's the word, thank you. I thought it was really, really sweet that he wants to do that. You don't really hear that often. Obviously, anyway, let me not talk in it. So he said in a statement, I'm not going to lose my wife. I'm going to fight for her with every fiber in my being. I love her and I plan to show her how much I love her and that our love is strong enough to get to the other side. I'm not going to lose my wife. I'm going to win her back. I think that's sweet. I think whatever, I didn't say, like, obviously marriages are serious and stuff, and marriages breaking up is always sad news. I think if he's willing to do the work that needs to be done to make things happen, then I hope he can do that, and I hope it's enough for her to. I hope it's not too late, basically, for him to do what needs to be done. Interesting question for you guys: what TV program in Britain do you think has been the most complained about? That's received the most Ofcom complaints.
Love Island.
Okay.
I'm trying to think of shows that's predominantly black.
That makes it sound more shocking, actually. But.
Oh, serious? I'm too sure, I don't know.
Towie.
No, I don't think many people watch Towie enough to complain. For them to be able to complain. It's actually Good Morning Britain.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I was over 75,000.
That makes sense, though. Yeah, that makes sense.
What did they do on there? Don't Philip and Holly just make jokes?
Weren't Pierce on there before?
Yeah,
he probably racked
Oh,
up
he would
barely.
do very
Yeah. So the average is, you get what I'm trying to say, yeah.
Well, yeah, so in the last 2 years, they have received 75,623 Ofcom complaints. Love Island was second with 42,944. Faye is the reason why a lot of that
Facts, yeah.
And Coronation Street is the most complained about TV soap. I don't know what Coronation Street is about, but it doesn't give me, like,
Corey ain't about nothing.
That's what I'm saying. But it's the most complained about show. But that's because they had a storyline about acid attack.
Okay.
But I feel like that's a real thing.
Yeah.
And it always
I don't
got
know
murderers
why
in
people
Corey.
Yeah.
Isn't
It's up north, innit?
EastEnders love a murder.
Nah, Corey's got more murderers than EastEnders, no?
Is it?
Yeah, man. The East End.
I thought EastEnders, everyone on the what is it, Albert Square? No, that's Only Fools.
No, Albert Square is East End.
These EastEnders, yeah.
Yeah, that's
Everyone
the
on
East
there's a
End. They're
murderer.
more on like skullduggery. It's more like chopping and that and.
What, EastEnders?
Yeah, it's more just like cheating and adultery and everything. Yeah, like I don't think it's like it's like the Northerners and up North's lot. They've got the serial killers and thing. They made Richard Blackwood come with a gun. Remember that?
So dumb.
Ronnie or Roxy, one of them wanted to buy a mash. It was Richard Blackwood come straight to them. Oh, quality stuff.
I actually cannot. But yeah, man, I thought that was so interesting. I thought, wow, okay. But yeah, phase one got 25. She got over 25,000 complaints just from that one scene. But it made no difference because he went on to wife the girl anyway. Put all of us to shame. That's why you need to mind your business. You need to mind your business and stay up with relationships because we did all of that. Not we. I didn't complain. I'm not Karen. But people complained. And he ended up being with her anyway and told everyone to mind their black business and said, mind your business. I love my white girl who, you know, more or less might as well call me N-word on TV. But it's crazy, man. But yeah, that's all from me today. Let's get into the People's Journal.
All right, before we continue, thank you for this from Long Live Brands on Instagram.
It's AI.
It's the Kanye West thingy that this guy was talking about.
I sound like Kanye West. No, Yeezy didn't record a voiceover for me for this video. I didn't learn how to do impressions. This is AI.
So let me come back to my original voice. Today on Metaverse, I posted AI Kanye covering popular songs. Here's an example of him singing Day and Night.
Whoa, I toss and turn, I keep stressing my mind.
And I started thinking, you know, what are the implications of this for the music industry? Now all you have to do is record reference vocals and replace it with a trained model of any musician you like, which is exactly what I did. I found this Kanye style beat on YouTube. I wrote 8 bars and I'm gonna record them now, and then I'm gonna have AI Kanye replace me. I got a fantasy that's beautiful, that's dark and twisted, but I attacked the whole religion all because of my ignorance. What was I thinking? That was some bitch shit. I lost Adidas, but I'm still Yeezy. Back in the kitchen, man, I'm a genius. Boys in the hood, just like I'm easy. Kanye, Wheezy, Southside of Chicago, life ain't easy. All praise be to Lord Jesus, Donda, please rest easy. All right, let me cut it there. So let's hear those vocals I just recorded now with Kanye over them.
I got a fantasy that's beautiful, that's dark and twisted, but I attacked the whole religion all because of my ignorance. What was I thinking? That was some bitch shit. I lost Adidas, but I'm still Yeezy. Back in the kitchen, man, I'm a genius. Boys in the hood, just like I'm easy. Kanye, Wheezy, Southside of Chicago, life ain't easy. All praise be to Lord Jesus, Donda, please rest easy. Alright, let me cut it there.
It sounds like Kanye Light. No, it sounds like Kanye Light though. Sounds like he ain't been through no pain.
Yeezy didn't record a voiceover for me for this video. I didn't learn how to do impressions.
I'm wondering, did they write the lyrics for him as well? Oh, do you know what's mad though about this? Because you could really get a feature. Remember when we talked about Megan Thee Stallion paying like what $250,000 for future feature that should have been free. But you can do that, but then I wonder if people can sue you for that. Because imagine doing a song here and you couldn't get Kanye to sign off on it, and then you go and do the AI route. They must be able to sue for that.
But then I guess the new thing with artists now would be
impersonation.
Yeah, you own the rights to anyone sounding like you, maybe. You know what I'm saying? So then,
what's that thing? Your IP and stuff.
This is it. So all of that type of stuff.
It's so cool.
Yeah, so you're still gonna have to pay me. I just won't have to record. I'll just type out my verse, and AI will do it for me.
It's wild. All right, well, let's get into People's Journal.
Let's do it. All right, people. So welcome to the People's Journal, where I give the news from an economics point of view. So it's going to be very quick today, yeah. First thing I want to talk about is trigger warning. This is some breaking news. So 3 people have been arrested, yeah, after 2 men were shot dead in 2 linked incidents in separate villages 6 miles apart in Cambridge. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, literally just thingy. So the Cambridgeshire police said the officers were first called to reports of gunshots at the property in Meridian Close at just after 9 p.m. on Wednesday. So yeah, so this obviously the information just now getting into the reports and whatnot right now. But officers arrived to find the body of a 32-year-old man inside the property with a gunshot wound, and they're now treating his death as a murder. Obviously. Yeah, but I guess as that develops, we'll give you more information on that. But the first thing I want to talk about is, you know, like the diesel, people who are using diesel, people like myself. Yeah.
Use diesel?
Yeah.
Yes, he has a diesel, man.
Yeah, I don't know.
You say like you were set out. Like you made the choice.
I'm whatever makes the car move in it. But yeah, man. Apparently, we like we're getting ripped off, man.
Yeah, but
apparently,
you that though.
No, but do you know what it is? I see why it is because basically the whole price of diesel apparently is exactly the same as petrol. So the difference that we're paying is just for nothing, basically.
I feel like it's punishment though, because they're trying to get rid of diesel cars.
Yeah,
exactly. They're trying to inconvenience you guys until you go and make the right decision.
Well, the right decision. They'll do the same thing to you, innit? To get you into the electric soon.
Yeah, but that's fine though. You worry about yourself for now. You worry about your coins for now.
And the other thing I wanted to mention is basically, you remember before I spoke about something called a bank hub, right? I think it's set up by the post office, yeah, and it basically is a hub where it has other banks in that particular hub, right? So there's no real need for example, Barclays or Halifax to have their branches on the high street. Hence the reason why they're all pretty much closing up right now, yeah. So 8 new locations have been confirmed. And yeah, they're going to be dotted around the country and things of that nature, right? At the moment, I think there's over 50 new bank hubs as well to be announced this year across the UK. Again, further proving that obviously certain banks don't need to be opening up their own branches and stuff. Hence the reason why they're all closing down. So I think it's pretty much going to get to the point where everyone's just used to using those hubs pretty much, innit? Because everyone pretty much... Like, when's the last time you went into the bank? It's been a while.
Yeah. I have gone this year, though. I've gone like 3 times this year.
Back in the day, it wouldn't be a this year situation. You'd be going in like weekly or, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Obviously, they're pretty much becoming obsolete now, innit? Everyone's just doing stuff online, telephone banking, things of that nature, innit? So, but yeah. But that's pretty much it for the People's Journal today, man.
Do you remember that person you reported on? And they were the only person that was using a bank in some area.
Yes.
I wonder how he or she's getting along.
Right.
They closed the bank, right?
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
They've done it. Probably saving money, don't it?
You know? All at home though. In old school, put it in the thing under your bed.
Yeah.
Sorry, is there a problem with you being a vegan and you using diesel? I don't know why.
Yeah, someone said that's a bad combo.
Chat popping off?
You just like struggle.
I don't even know, man. I don't even know. Yeah, but remember, I'm not one of the what do you call it? The tree huggers, innit? I'm not one of those people.
Well, the terrorists.
Yeah, the terrorists. You know the ones, the Just Oil environmental activist people.
Is diesel better for the environment?
No, it's bad for the environment, yeah. You say better or bad?
Better.
No, it's bad. It's bad.
So it's worse than petrol?
Yeah.
Oh, that's why they're getting onto you.
Yeah, because you just don't make right decisions, do you?
Yeah, but I mean, are you people going to buy my car? I don't understand.
Yeah, but because you reported on it.
Subsidize it for me and then,
because you reported on it like you wanted empathy and people are just struggling to give that to you. I just wonder that you're doing this to yourself.
Wait. So, wait a minute. So you driving this diesel car has a knock-on effect to our health, innit?
This one.
What we want to jump into
look at that. Full circle.
This guy.
Yeah, that's true.
All right.
They're saying you to live your raps. That's what they're saying.
All right. Cool. We need to start looking after our health now.
We do. And you know what?
Let's see we're going to go with it.
Down. Thank you. Nah, but he's a guest. You're so annoying. All right, so we have a lovely guest. I feel like we've got a theme going on this week.
Yes, 100%.
We do have a health theme going on, and I'm absolutely here for it because this is focused on Black health, which is very, very important.
Not to Emmanuel.
Which is very, very important. So we've got a lovely guest today to talk about all things Afro health. And yeah, good morning, Okey.
Good morning, guys. Good morning. How you guys doing? You all right?
Oh, he's got a voice. He's got the voice.
All good,
You're
thanks,
so
man.
annoying.
Thanks for coming.
Thanks for having me.
How are you?
A bit tired. I was up quite late last night, but no, I'm good generally. Good to be here. Like, yeah, amazing studio you guys have.
Celebrating, partying, what did you do?
No, not even just up, just working. Yeah.
He can't come here on an Afro Health tip. Somebody was partying last night.
It was up late, innit?
But for the brand. That's not on brand. That's not on brand. But I want to get into everything about, Afro Health. But I'm very interested because you don't have a health background.
Negative. I come from a cybersecurity / sporting background, but I'm passionate about health. I've experienced a lot of family members that have gone through health issues. And so it's too late in the day to try and switch to a medical degree. So I lean on medical experts to provide their health knowledge to help,
Okay. So how did you get into, what was the point that made you think, I'm going to look into this? And
do you know what? For me, it was during COVID. So if we rewind, 3 years ago now, do you remember when COVID first broke out and there were rumours that black people were
immune to it? Yeah.
And then it turned out that we are, worse impacted by COVID. And I was like, wow, like this is what's going on.
Yeah.
So I was never going to try and cure COVID. I mean, till now, I don't think we properly have a cure for COVID, but conversation for another time. But ultimately, I wanted to try and do something that could help the black community. And through my research and through rabbit holes, I discovered that we are disproportionately impacted by a lot of health issues. So I figured, let me try and do something to help.
Okay, so this all started really COVID for you?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, I like that.
When you say, obviously, like you found in your research, we're disproportionately affected by certain health issues, do you feel like some of that is linked to us being here in the West?
Absolutely, yeah, definitely.
Okay, so what are some of the main things in the West that's affecting us pretty much?
So our diet, preservatives in food, even down to or in the UK, for lack of sunlight in the winter months. So we, as black people, 76% of us are vitamin D deficient due to lack of direct sunlight that we get.
Yeah, I am, boy.
To answer your question, living in the West does have its downfalls,
And okay, obviously we're gonna get into Afro Health as well, and everything that all the services pretty much, But can some of these things be remedied by a better diet?
Absolutely.
What about the whole? Can it be done only by diet? I should say.
Yeah,
only?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
So I've done a lot of experimenting myself. I've been on a gut cleanse, and the people that put me on this program said that I can't remember the exact statistics, but a lot of what our health issues stem from our gut. So by improving what we put into our bodies can improve our health for sure.
Are you vegan or anything?
I was about to ask that.
Negative. I'm a carnivore to the bone. I love my meat.
And where are you from?
I'm Nigerian.
Nigerian. See, I think it's difficult to be Nigerian. And I feel like if God made you Nigerian, well, except you, you're Ghanaian too. If God made you Nigerian, I don't think God had veganism in your plans. But, can you tell us a bit about gut health, please?
I'm not an expert in gut health, but the program I went on, a good friend of mine went on it, and I guess word of mouth is powerful, right? And what he basically said is Oaks, he went on his gut health program. I do it once a year. Okay. So for a whole month, I take these products. I cut red meat from my diet. Okay. I eat a lot of greens, white meat, carbs is reduced, and ultimately in that 1 month, not only do I lose weight, the program tell me that, they asked me, give me a question at the beginning of the cleanse. How do I sleep? Do I have any issues, any pains? And ultimately, throughout that month of eating cleanly, no alcohol as well, they tell me that my gut is cleansed and I'm supposed to feel all of these benefits, which in retrospect, I don't feel massively different, if I'm completely honest. But I do hear that if I'm to continue it for a long period of time, I can reap additional benefits. Okay. But I want to give a disclaimer in that my health and my immune system is pretty strong anyway. I rarely suffer from any health issues, but I think people that do suffer from issues, I'd recommend them give it a try.
When you say the program, is it like information you just found, or is it you've got someone that you're accountable to kind of program?
Yeah, so it's a 4-week program.
Okay.
And I usually start it around May time, so a month before my birthday. And there's a group of us that will start it at the same time.
Okay.
And so in the week or in the days that lead, throughout, we send a picture in a WhatsApp group of what food we're having.
that's nice.
And we try and motivate each other to stay on the program and motivate each other to in terms of giving feedback in terms of how it's benefiting us.
We like that.
So, based on your experiences and whatnot, what would you say is the most effective diet for yourself, number one, and to some? What? Oh no, it's like,
I could see anger in God.
I'm not.
Whatever it ain't veganism.
I definitely wasn't thinking that, but just saying generally, for yourself, but also for the average black person that may suffer from, let's just say, at least 2 out of the main conditions that affect us.
Yeah, I think water is so underrated. A lot of people need to drink more water. So I think, to answer your question, introducing more water into the diet per se, I think is one. And secondly, just having a balanced diet as well. So too much of any one thing, I don't think is a good thing. So if you have a balanced diet, whether you're vegan or a carnivore, vegetarian, pescatarian, just having a balance, I think, is key.
So this is what we were talking about, when was this? On Monday, right?
Monday.
Yeah, about balanced diets and what is one's perspective on a balanced diet.
Okay.
Now, we obviously had to call it, yeah? Big up Saleh.
Big up Saleh.
And he's one of those who follow the keto diet.
Okay.
So with keto, it seems like there isn't really a balance. Because
it's all fats.
You know what I'm saying?
Mainly
It's
fats.
fats and, I guess, protein and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Long term, do you feel like is that good for us? Or do you feel like...
So I'm not, I kind of give my opinion. It's not backed by science, but I think one side doesn't fit all as well, right? So I think what works for one person may not work for another. And if someone chooses or wishes to go down the keto route, good for them. If they find out 5 years later that they're deficient in X, Y, Z, then they later know that, it wasn't for them.
Yeah.
To answer your question, I'm not gonna give any medically backed response to that, but just my own opinion is whatever works for each individual.
Yeah. Would you want to study, get a qualification, any kind of qualification to do with health?
Yes and no. No, because my partner, she works in the medical field.
Okay.
I see how hard she works. I see the amount of exams she does, amount of courses she goes on, and it's a lot of effort. And she works for the NHS, and I don't think she is. I hope she doesn't mind me saying this, but I don't think doctors in general
I appreciate it the way they should be.
I think they should be paid, especially in the UK. I know in the US they are paid a lot of money, but in the UK, that's why they're striking, right? So I think to answer your question, I just don't think it's going to be a lot of years of time and for the financial rewards. And I am. I am passionate about health.
Yeah.
I just don't think at my stage in life, it's for me right now. So I lean on professionals and get professionals to help out where they can.
To be fair, that is actually a fact, because I saw a tweet yesterday and he was saying about starting salaries of doctors in different areas, different parts of the world. UK was the lowest.
Crazy, isn't it?
It's absolutely disgusting. But no, that is definitely that is a fact.
Yeah. I didn't know them Americans get paid.
Yeah, Americans, Australians.
Have you seen that TikTok going around where the guy's talking to the American nurse and the English one, and just the disparity in what they're earning and how they're living is just crazy.
It's mad. It's proper crazy. It's so sad. Would you say growing up, okay, so now that you obviously know more and you're doing better, in hindsight, what would you say your diet was like as growing up, especially being in a Nigerian household?
Yeah, so that's a good question. So growing up in a Nigerian household, but being born and raised here in London, my diet was very varied. When my mum was around, would eat jollof rice, rice and stew, pounded jam, which is all well and good. But then when we got a bit older, I was like, Mum, I don't want pounded jam, I want fish fingers or burgers and stuff. And because I was that stubborn child making noise, the chip fryer was there, so I was just frying a lot of my food. So me personally, my diet wasn't the greatest.
Yeah.
A lot of fizzy drinks was the norm. A lot of my cereals was packed full of sugar. But I know now that we are, as a society, more health conscious. So I'm aware that the cereals that we eat now contain less sugar.
Yeah.
There's a lot more sugar-free options with our drinks. I even think down to portion sizes. You know, it's a lot smaller now to try and make things more healthier. So to answer your question, my diet growing up wasn't the greatest, but I'm a lot more aware now. I like to think that when I do have children, I will, take my knowledge and give
what's a balanced diet anyway?
Good question. So for me, a balanced diet is having a set amount of carbs, of meat, of different aspects of the food spectrum. So just not having too much of one thing is a balanced diet, I feel.
Brent, do you mind putting that pyramid up you put the other day?
Was that the keto one?
Was that keto? Oh, forget that. I thought it was different food groups, like what you should really have on your plate. Because protein, carbs, vegetables.
Wait, do you not plan out what you are eating? Like throughout the, and I don't necessarily mean meals, because I might
like
plan, I might like know what meals I'm eating, but I'm saying, are you like aware of like, oh, I've got proteins today and carbohydrates or veg, or I've got this much grams of like, are you actually aware of what you're eating?
Yeah, I am.
But you know, like I said on the other day, sometimes I'm aware, but I mean I'm doing anything about it. Like I'm aware there's no vegetables on this plate, but that doesn't mean I'm going to get the vegetables. Do you get me? But if I have, like what I had yesterday, I'm going to have today. I had chicken teriyaki, rice, and vegetables. So if where I can be intentional about that, yeah. But if I go into the house and mom's made jollof rice, I'm not having
if I'm
jollof rice.
making stewed chicken or like pepper steak or whatever, and I've got onions and peppers and thing or carrots and that's veg, innit?
Yeah, but don't make up that portion.
How not?
It's a sprinkle of vegetables.
What?
It's just like seasoning. It's just sprinkle.
How? It's got different veg in it. I chop a whole onion, or maybe could put even some tomato, some
it's not
bell
as much
peppers,
as your rice and chicken,
cool
though,
carrot. No, that's veg though.
It was not as much as the rice and chicken. That's what we're saying. It has to be balanced. So, nice amount of carbs, nice amount of protein, nice amount of thingy. Have it shredded onions.
And then coleslaw. Cabbage.
Yeah, it's got bare other stuff in there though, innit? The coleslaw. Like, a lot of fat and stuff in it.
All right, cool.
I think you meant to add in some like dark leafy greens as well, innit?
Broccoli and thing.
Yeah,
that's
broccoli,
man-made.
beans.
It's not good for you.
What?
Yeah, that threw me off. Broccoli is man-made.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean it's not good for
I didn't
you.
know that.
Yeah, broccoli is man-made.
Okay, I didn't know that.
They made that.
Oh wow.
So they made that.
They made. Yeah, you can go back to a point in history, and broccoli did not exist.
Oh wow, I did not know that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So is white chocolate.
So trouble in there.
I don't know about that.
But there's a lot of other things like that as well, though, isn't it? Like grapes.
Grapes are man-made.
Sorry, seedless grapes, isn't it?
Yeah, seedless
GMOs, and you know, stuff like that, innit? But
Yeah.
Corn.
Do you know what I was looking at the other day?
Corn.
What corn is man-made?
I think, yeah, I believe so, yeah.
Sweet corn is so nice. I refuse to believe they don't have that in Garden of Eden. Do you know what sweet corn is? That can't be man-made. That is God all the way through. Do you know, I was researching the other day when I had my last food intolerance I wanted to see Jesus about. I was like Googling like how long it takes food to digest. It's very interesting to me. It was sweet corn is actually difficult to digest.
It's impossible, actually.
I did not know that. And like with meat as well, takes forever.
so I've been trying to tell you, but yeah.
No, I'm not being vegan. Stop this. Stop it. We've got a guest.
If you have
But
them
yeah, all that
things,
stuff.
them colon cleanses things,
Yeah.
apparently I haven't had one, but apparently they're really good for you. But
I do want to do it.
if you do one, you'll see stuff that's sitting in your stomach for months. Like, you know,
I
like
want
thinking
to
like,
do
right, I ain't had this. I ain't no
Yeah.
pepper steak in
You had
2
that- you
months.
had a Christmas day.
Yeah, and it's there. It's all there.
Yeah, I do want to. I do want to do that though. I've been googling it.
So would you do that, Marks? Yeah, the colonoscopy
Okay.
thing.
No, because it's bun up in it. But
Please.
on a sensible flow, I hear it. You get what I'm trying to say? That,
If it will save your life, you're not basically looking to partake in that type of activity. Come on, bro.
bro. why are you smiling like
Yeah,
that?
we've asked this before. You only man who has said nah. Take me, Jesus. Take me. Can you imagine? You guys are
You're so
ridiculous.
silly.
You're ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Hackney
Yeah,
brothers.
I plan to do it because because I feel like gut health is stuff I've been thinking about. I haven't thought about it. It's in the back of my mind, but I need to have a moment to sit down and like proper research and like look at cleanses and stuff. Because now that I looked up, now I know that certain foods take so long to digest. It freaks me out. Like I'm a bit of a germaphobe, so I'm just like, oh, there's just like fast food, just living it, and that is freaking me out. Like I feel like I need all of it gone, and I can start cleaning. I know that when I do the cleanse, I'm going to be even more intentional about how I eat. knowing that, okay, I feel like it's like a clean temple now.
Yeah.
I have to kind of keep my house clean kind of thing. But yeah. What was the most interesting thing you found out while you were doing research?
There are a few things actually. One being about men, black men in particular. So because we have high levels of testosterone, I found that black men are more prone to getting prostate cancer. I was like, okay, wow, that's interesting. There's certain things that I didn't even consider or think of before my journey.
Yeah.
That I'm like, wow, this is amazing. I've got a friend that's an ONG, works as an ONG, and essentially he said that black women in maternity are more prone to die during pregnancy.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, why is this? Why are these things happening?
We're 4 times more likely.
Yeah, that's the one, yeah.
Yeah, it's wild. It's actually scary. Why do you think though that? Because I don't think I feel like it's a good thing right now that black people. I think we've been thinking a lot about our health. Like I see a lot more conversations with black people. But why do you think that we never did that?
Did what? Sorry.
Like we don't take health seriously. Obviously, I don't want to be ignorant, but we don't take health seriously. Like we ignore things. Like you got pain, you're like, oh, do you know, it'll sort itself out. And even with men and prostate cancer, is it because we don't get it checked? Like
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
I think for like a long time, we as black people in the UK accept things as it is, and or more to the point, we don't challenge what is seen to be the norm.
Yeah.
So growing up, you remember like, well, no, I think it's different now, but plasters, the colour of plasters.
Yeah.
I didn't realise this. I just accepted it as what it was, like a normal colour, like
just pale white, like, cream looking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I didn't know that was because when white people put it on, it's meant to mask. So when some years ago there was like plasters that are brown colour of our skin.
It was during COVID because my mind was blown. I said, this is a smart business idea. I got nice different colours, and then I did some more reading, and I was like, oh, it's meant to match the colour of your skin.
I never knew.
I never knew that.
I never knew. And so I think that happens in so many areas of health in the UK because we just accept it for what it is because it's not been challenged.
Yeah.
So I think that contributes to the question you asked in terms of why we don't. It's because we are just conditioned to accept what the world we live in and living in the UK. And you know, do I blame the society for the way it is? No, but it's up to us to raise awareness and challenge what is seen to be the norm.
Do you know, that's actually a good point because we had these 2 ladies, Tiniko and Chloe, and they run an organisation called 5 Times More.
Okay.
And they basically raise awareness about how black women are more likely to die. At the time when they started, it was 5 times more likely to die, but now it's 4 times more likely. But they've just stayed with the name 5 times more likely. And they were saying about how when they spoke to doctors, a lot of the medical education within the medical industry didn't really highlight black people as priority. Yep. So there was a lot of things where it was like, oh, you know, black people, their body can handle it. And I think over time, that mindset's been passed on to us, and we actually live like that because sometimes with aunties and uncles, there's stuff that's wrong with them. They're like, oh no, it will just pass, you know, or they just, God forbid it away. That's another conversation for another day. But you remember, they're just like, oh, you know, it will pass. I think we glorify struggle in so many ways where it's crazy. It's proper mad.
I think it's also just in terms of our economic status, basically. Yeah. Like, it's just other things that that's more pressing. Perhaps, you know what I'm saying? Because obviously most of us, you know, we're like first generation and whatnot, Parents going to be working maybe 2 jobs or whatever. So they ain't really got the time to take time off
slow down because we carry migraine.
You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
So
that is true. What would you say is like the biggest myth about our health in the black community?
The biggest myth for me.
I started the COVID one because I believe that, you know. I really believe that. I was like, but I believed it from a stance of like, thank God, you know, we finally get one. We finally get some downtime. Then obviously we didn't.
That one was huge for me because obviously at the time no one knew what was going on.
Yeah.
And the whole conversation about vaccination, again, conversation for another time, threw me because I believed what I was receiving. I was like, wow, really? Like we are like immune to COVID. So for me, I would say, that one was huge.
Oh, you believed that at some point?
Believe it. I didn't know what to believe at the time. But
this
then,
is it. Yeah, the PR was strong. I can't lie to you.
It was.
Oh, you believed it too?
Yes. I walked like, yes, this is not going to catch me.
Brent, E-man?
What?
At any point did you not believe you was immune to COVID?
COVID. Like black people were.
No.
Okay, just
I
check
just thought it didn't hit Africa yet.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Do you know what? That's when I started to raise an eyebrow when the news was always like, oh, why is it not in Africa? Why is everywhere else and why is it not like? And I was like, you guys are acting like you set this out for Africa and it's just not taking kind of thing. And there was the whole thing about heats and it dies because the heat.
Oh, right.
But it was a confusing time.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, sorry, the biggest myth.
So that was one. What else? Biggest myth. That's a tough one. There were so many myths that are thrown out there that you hear about, and I think you have to question the sources as well. So I think I mentioned to E-Man that I'm not on any social media personally because a lot of fake news, a lot of information is thrown out there. So yeah, as you just said that, like people throw news and you have to challenge what is said because it may not be true.
That is true.
What's Agbo Jedi?
Agbo Jedi.
Jedi.
Basically, that just so annoying.
Agbo Jedi.
Agbo Jedi.
All right, what's that?
So basically, it's when you have, in fact, if you have like an upset stomach and like you're constipated, it cures a few things. But basically, it's this drink that you drink, and it's a cleanse.
Oh.
It's very sour. It's horrible.
Was that
But it's from herbs. It's from natural herbs. It's from in Nigeria. It's like a old medical remedy, and it comes from like natural like herbs and stuff. It is so sour.
That beer drink,
Yeah, it's
Caribbean
like
one.
bitters,
Yeah.
Oh.
What's that called? What's it called?
Bitters.
Them bitters.
No, but there's something I'm thinking of that when
No,
you're
it's
speaking.
definitely not bitters.
It's not bitter. Something.
Can't be bitters.
Why?
We cook with bitters all the time.
Oh, do you? Oh, yeah, we don't cook with this. This one is so
When
sour.
she's talking, I'm thinking of something.
You've definitely got an equivalent.
It will,
And,
yeah,
and I can't think of the name of it.
because it's just natural herbs. I don't know what plants and stuff it is, but it's just natural herbs and stuff. But it definitely can do what it needs to do.
That's good, man.
But do you know what? I think traditionally though, there's a lot of like herbs and stuff. That's why I do believe when you said earlier about the society we live in. I do believe that because back home, obviously, I'm sure that lack of knowledge. I'm sure they had illnesses that they didn't know about and stuff like that. And they just thought people were just dying from. I don't know what they were dying from.
Cersei, that's what it sounded like. That's what it reminded me of.
Cersei.
That's what it sounded like when she's talking. That's what it made me think of. When I saw the name. That's what I started thinking of. I'm not sure.
Cersei? What's that? Is that a name in Jamaica? What's that?
Sounds like a Game of Thrones character.
It's a drink. It sounds like what she's describing. Some bitter thing. That's what it sounds like. Yeah.
And it's like the water looks brown.
Probably, yeah. I'm guessing it could cleanse you from all types of.
Because that's what I was saying. Because back home, they use a lot of like herbs and stuff like that. And I remember my some of my families had really really bad like eczema and stuff, and they tried all sorts from here and wherever else, and they tried these natural herbs from back home. Done. Like obviously, like he was really really sick, and it was like a lot of like eczema just came up. Once it was clear, never ever visited him again. Ever. So I feel like we have a lot of natural stuff, but it's difficult because I feel like you have to find a nice balance. Yeah, that's not it. That is like a herbal tea that I drink on a normal day. That is not what Agbo Jedi is. You could type it up actually. Let me spell it for you.
No, I think I got something in the chat.
Yeah, someone mentioned it in the chat.
Okay, yeah. But it's just difficult. I feel like it'd be so hard to live off just herbs and natural stuff whilst also balancing it with the knowledge that we have today. Because I do believe there's a lot that back in the day they had a lot of illnesses, but they were unaware of. Because when you think about the diet as well, the diets, say like, because obviously Nigerian-based diet is very, very like carbs-based. But then there aren't a lot of obese people. That's it.
This is it. That's what I'm saying. Because
They sell it on eBay.
How about that?
Yeah, you could do, boy. Yeah, that's it.
Where is that?
That's the herbs and stuff I'm talking about.
That's not juice though. That's like, is that herbs in a bowl?
You probably have to make it.
Okay.
You might have to like cook it and stuff like that. And then obviously when the water comes out, then you do that stuff. But yeah, it cures so much that you know that there's relief on the other side of it, but it's that leading up to taking it, it's a lot.
But obviously nowadays we kind of have some of these things in like supplement form, pretty much, right? Which is obviously which is what Afro Health is pretty much all about, right?
Yeah.
What was your starting process? How did you get to the point of actually manufacturing this and getting to where it is today?
Yeah, no, good question. So when I discovered that there are the society we live in is not tailored towards us as black people. I looked into what was currently out there, and I used to take Centrum multivitamins, go to the website, and I look at just the website, and I didn't see myself represented on the website, full of people with blonde hair, blue eyes, and it was very different. And then I looked at the ingredients, and so I said, okay, this is interesting. Let me see if I can find, and I did find a dietary formulator who specialised in chemicals and formulating supplements. And I wanted to find someone that was black. And this lady that I found had so much information to share, and she said that we as black people, not only are we genetically different, but our diets are different. And so liaising with her, I said, okay, cool, can you put together a formula that can help supplement our diet? So for people like us, our diets, so she went away, gave me this formula. There was an option to go to China and source the ingredients from China, but I was against that. Despite it being a cost save, I was keen to ensure that we did it here in the UK. And so to answer your question, how I formulated it, so I got a black dietary formulator who had a host of qualifications, and she put together this formula to what is now known as Afro B100 multivitamins.
Okay. So I'm assuming that I think you're pretty much saying this, because like if I was to go and get a multivitamin from, I don't know, Holland Barrett's or whatever, their one, a basic one, the level of vitamin D in that pretty much won't be sufficient for me.
It depends. Is it vitamin D on itself, or
no, the actual multivitamin? So you've got all of them basically, right?
Did you tend to say that though? Like when you get, if you get one that covers all, you will never really get enough for that particular issue.
So my question is more so, because this is for black people, would the multivitamin version that you've got here maybe have enough of the vitamin D?
So
how does it
good question. So there's more vitamin D in Afro multivitamins, but to answer the question, and I'm not just here to plug Afro, I'm here to genuinely provide value to everybody, to everyone. So the reason why people take multivitamins is if your diet is not on point, right? So if you live a hectic lifestyle, you haven't got time to cook, you're perhaps having chicken and chips one day, you're snacking on biscuits and yogurt the next day. I would advise you to take multivitamins to supplement and to top up the vitamins you're not getting through your diet, first and foremost. Secondly, men and women are different. So I don't know if the Holland Barrett one you see is tailored to by gender. Men and women have different nutritional needs. So as women, during your menstrual cycle, you tend to lose iron during that period. So the formulator that I contacted formulated it not only just for black people, but for men and women, because we as gender have different needs. Men need more, than women in some aspects, and women in other aspects. So to answer your question in terms of when you go to Holland & Barrett and you're looking at the ingredients, just look at, okay, cool, is it tailored by gender? I would advise anyone not just to buy Afro Health, but to buy multivitamin tailored by gender first and foremost, and then to look at the ingredients. And I always say, speak to your GP if you feel like you're tired or you're fatigued. The reason why I even got multivitamins in the first place is because when I was younger, about 10, 15 years ago, I had these cuts on my mouth and I thought they were cold sores, but they weren't cold sores. I was doing a lot of running. I was going through like a weight loss program, and I was basically vitamin deficient, but I didn't know that. And so my doctor said, take like Centrum multivitamins, and that's how I got into multivitamins in the first place. So to answer your question, look at the ingredients, make sure it's gender specific, and if you've spoken to a doctor, he or she might say to you, you need more of X, Y, Z, and look at the strength of what's provided.
Okay, because I've seen one on your website, that I think, well, it's sold out now, because obviously I guess this is very popular for people like me and Margs who are struggling with beard growth. How effective is beard growth though? Tell the truth.
Yeah, so in all,
how are you going to tell us?
No, and I'll keep it 100. So the B100 multivitamins were formulated specifically for black people. So I hired a formulator to put together that formulation. The beard grow was quite popular. It sold out, but that was off the shelf from the production company in the UK.
Okay. And African mango,
Yes.
What's the benefits of that particular supplement?
So this is a hidden gem and is so underrated. So I used to play football with a guy called L. He's 6'4", He's very slim, very lean, and got no homo, but got the best abs known to man. His abs was just like a cheese ball. I've got abs, but this guy's abs smash man off the park. I'm like, yo, L, like, how are you so like? And he's like, Okey, you know. And he said at the time I didn't produce his Afro Health, but he said African mango. And I actually got a pack of African mango for anyone that wants it. Like here.
No, I love mangoes.
But was it real mangoes?
No, it's not. It's in a pill form.
Wait, what's it gonna do for me though?
So I'll tell you what it does for you. So what this guy L sells. What this guy L.
No, I'm in the gym and that. You get what I'm saying? It's gonna maximize my output.
Do you know what? I don't have it. It's gonna. It won't maximize your output, but
maximize my output. You know.
It won't work. Any miracles for us. So let me not oversell it. But in terms of what African mango does is that it works as at the highest level as an appetite suppressant, right?
Okay.
And I take it. He took it. My friend L took it, and we are obviously you can't just take it and expect to just be in shape. Like you've got to obviously put in the work. But for me, it helped me get that extra 10%. Like
You say appetite suppressant, so you don't want to eat.
You still eat. You still feel hunger. But you won't feel like
unnecessary snacking.
Yeah. You can take it. So I take 2 in the morning, and throughout the day I drink loads of water as well, and take it for a period of a month, and you just see the difference.
I need that.
All you have to do is eat nuts.
Nuts as well.
I eat nuts.
That's what Saleh said.
Yeah, that's good for Salah. I like the African mango, please. Want African mango to go, please. I eat nuts. I really like that.
I'm gonna definitely look into that, man.
So wait, it's from the fruit, right?
From the fruit, yeah.
So if I had the fruit, you should have the same. My mum was in Nigeria at the moment. I might tell her to.
But you
I wonder
probably
if
have
it's that season though.
You probably have to eat a lot of mangoes.
It's an extract from the fruit.
Okay.
Yeah, it's an extract.
He
Yeah.
said African mango pills are used for weight management, cholesterol control, and obesity. They are used as commercial weight loss pills.
Okay, I'm gonna.
I don't want to lose weight though.
I do.
They don't eat the mango. Gosh.
Yeah, trust me, like you say like it's you're in a pickle. You ain't gotta eat it.
Eat the regular mango.
No, but like, would it like strip me down so like all the excess fat's gone? Then
no, but that's why you said you have to put in work. So if you're just having it, you're just expecting to lose weight. Nothing's gonna happen.
I'm in the gym. I'm in the
That's what I'm
gymnasium.
saying. Yeah, but if you're not. You're what?
He's in the gymnasium.
If you put in the work and you eat what you need to eat properly, then the muscle will build. If you eat your protein intake is good and you're doing your right exercises, you'll be fine. You'll be fine.
But like you said, it's that extra 10% in it.
Yeah.
So like we'll probably just everything you're doing now probably help you to stop doing the snacking part and also help you to just trim the fat. Certain places.
I want to try it.
Yeah, I definitely want to try it. That sounds great.
I'll find some with me, but I'll post it to you guys.
Do you take your own supplements?
Yeah, I do.
How do we know you're not
Never
lying?
get high on your own supplements.
Does it look like he looks healthy? Skin is glowing. He looks healthy to me. Very healthy.
Sorry, that's not how it works.
That's how it works in my book.
That's not how it works. So how do we know you're taking your own supplements?
You just have to believe me.
Do you take some today?
Sorry?
Do you take some today?
Yeah.
Before you came here?
Yeah.
Yeah, I took the African mango this morning.
And I've got some multivitamin for you guys as well.
Oh, thank you. That's so lovely.
All right. Thank you very much.
So which ones do you pretty much take on a day?
So I'll take the B100 multivitamins.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
And I'll take my African mango.
Okay.
Those are the two that I take.
Those two.
Yeah.
How many tablets do you have to have of the B100?
2 a day.
2 a day. Okay.
One or 2 a day was what the formulator said. So because it's packed with 26, sounds like a self-pitch, 26 vitamins and minerals, and it's packed like in terms of the content, we couldn't put it into one pill.
Okay.
When I was speaking to the to the manufacturing company in the UK, they said that to put it into one pill would be the size of a bullet. And I said, okay, yeah, people
And don't scare me, man.
We're better swallow that if it's too big, right?
Yeah.
So okay, he said cool. Split it into 2 pills, and in terms of the instructions, take 2 a day in order to get the full benefits.
effect.
Yeah.
I really like this because I feel like I know that I am vitamin deficient in certain areas, right? But I struggle to know what to take. And
Don't you
obviously,
take Cod Liver Island thing?
it stinks, man. The smell really puts me off. Like,
Do you take that?
puts me off.
See, if I say this now, it's going to look I'm promoting veganism.
No. You don't have to. You just answer the question.
I
Without bringing veganism into
don't
it.
take that. I take the algae version, basically. So there's no fish smell. There's none of those things.
So you take a.
Straight from the source as well.
Oh, so cod liver oil is not vegan. Oh, yes, it wouldn't be vegan, would it?
No. From
Okay.
the-
Is your multivitamins vegan?
Yes.
Okay. Because you would have been out of the setting. Okay, yeah. So I like things the way it's like it's all been put together, and I love the fact that there's men and women. Because there was this, what is it? It's got a purple box. Is this vitamin? Is it Vita Woman or something like that? But they had like men, women, and they've got like a pregnancy one, they've got kids one. Yeah. So I would take the women's one. But again, when it's too big, it just really, it stresses me out. I don't really like tablets like that. But
and it's a sweet spot in terms of what do I do? Do I try and pack as much as I can to give as much benefit in each multivitamin? Or would you rather, and this is a good market question for me when I do the next that production line, would you prefer to take 3 smaller pills that give you the full effect?
I always prefer to take 3 full.
Okay.
I take 6 smaller pills than one
big.
that looks like the size of half my finger. Big pills just really stress me out.
Okay, that's good to know.
Yeah. I think I would rather take and I feel like there's a psychological thing to it that you feel like it's doing more. Because I've taken 3, I'm like, like I'm really pulled up to that. But if I take the 1, it's like, okay, like that's done. Do you get what I mean? But that's really good. Do you have for kids as well? Would you look into that?
I would, definitely. So at the moment, it's just multivitamins, but there are so many other products that, well, not products, there are so many other avenues that I think that can be, that are not specifically targeted for us. So I'm currently doing market research, and I'd like to open up the floor to you guys. Just, if you guys take any supplements, do you take any protein shakes, for example? Do you take any supplements yourself that I can hire someone that's an expert in the field to say, okay, cool, let's target it towards people like us?
100%. What's one to take?
You take protein shakes?
Yeah. Vegan one. Bulk.
Vegan one.
Yeah.
Okay.
But in terms of supplements, I take vitamin D. I take B12.
Okay.
And what's the other one? It's a mixture of DHA and something else.
Okay, wow.
I can't remember what it's called for some reason. Yeah, but those are the 3 that I mainly take. Oh, sometimes I take CMOS as well.
Okay.
And maca.
I take this one.
Maca.
Maca, yeah.
This is what I take.
What's this?
It's my blend every morning.
Well, you drink this?
Yeah.
Well, with water?
Yeah.
I started taking that.
No, I do it with juice.
I don't know. I don't take
Not from concentrate.
I don't do none of this foolishness.
Mango fruit things, you get me?
I don't do none of this foolishness.
African mango, sorry.
Why?
What?
Why? Is your diet balanced enough?
No, it's not.
Nah, I'm straight, man. God don't make mistakes, man. I'm good. I don't take no protein,
God don't make mistakes,
no powders, no vitamins,
You
no
collapsed on
sauce.
the treadmill.
That's because a blood vessel blew up in my brain, and that's
It's all connected, bro.
Yeah, it's not. There's
It's all
people that have
connected, bro.
aneurysms all the time who've got a perfectly healthy diet.
And they don't take this.
There's people that take that's had
You
aneurysms
don't
as
know
well. I do. Law of averages. Just law of averages. Just law of averages. I can safely say that. You know what I'm trying to say?
I can safely say
Yeah, 100%. So my minerals, my diet, everything's in the mud. I just live life from day to day.
Yeah, you just
Brilliant.
existed.
And that's work for you, like,
I'm here, man. I drink a lot of water though. Drink pure water. But I mean, if there's you see, because I don't do them, I'll just actually notice if they do anything.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm like a blank canvas.
Yeah.
So I don't mind trying some shit.
So I'm with it.
Yeah, I'm cool.
Omega-3, that's the one.
Okay.
Omega-3s, yes.
Ain't that from fish?
Yeah, but I get the it's from the algae.
Oh, okay.
So fish get it from the algae. Very much.
Oh, so you go straight to the source.
Thank you very much.
Okay, fair
Yeah,
enough.
so it's got it's a mixture of DHA and EPA in it.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's,
I need to. I definitely need to get back into it. I've just been very, very lazy, and I shouldn't be lazy with my health, really and truly. But I know I definitely like vitamin D.
Brilliant.
Like, because years ago the doctor told me, and I had to be on. It was so low that I had to be on like pills for like a prolonged period of time. And there's not much sun in this country, really and truly. So I know I still lack it. So I need to get back into that. So yeah, but it was just difficult for me to know exactly what to go for. And obviously being a woman as well, I'm like, my hormones just do whatever they feel like, whenever they feel like it. So it's just very difficult for me to know exactly what to do. But I like the multivitamin for women.
If I started taking them pills every morning, what would I notice?
Got pep in the step.
Do you know what? So if you're generally healthy right now, and this will be to the detriment of what I'm trying
Your
to
voice
like,
didn't used to be like that before, innit?
It is or it isn't?
It used to be like mine.
Oh, so now he's taking the pills.
Some bass in there.
No, but seriously, what would I be looking for? Like, what would I notice? Say like, okay, if I'd done it every day for a month or something.
So it depends on how you're feeling now. Do you feel tired generally? Do you have issues with concentration?
Yeah.
Ultimately, like in terms of like in terms of what you can do, if you are generally a healthy person, right, and you know that you feel good every morning, you've got no issues, you wake up feeling fresh, you wake up, you know, you can concentrate, you've got no issues, then you're good. Like you don't have to indulge and do more. Like if you generally feel like you're good and you've been to a doctor, you've got no health issues, fine. But one thing I will say is that just as people, we should ensure that we try and get sufficient amounts of sleep, drink enough water, make sure we rest and try and like do things that you find therapeutic. So being stress free. If you do things that are stressful, if your day-to-day is stressful, try and relax and just de-stress. Right? These are key elements in addition to making sure your diet is on point. So I'm just recommending everyone just drink water, rest, sleep is underrated. And if your diet is not on point, then you can supplement your diet with these vitamins.
Yeah, that's probably what I need to think. My diet's not on point then. So maybe it's supplementing the diet. Yeah. Maybe that's what I need to go for. I mean, I feel all right for the most part, but I don't think I'm running around at that optimum performance levels. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Did you say there was something about beards in there?
Yeah.
Like a pill for beards. So basically, for the girls, right, ours is like skin. So do you think that that's something that you would look into? Or I don't know if you already do?
Yeah, we do have supplement on the Afro Health website for hair, skin and nails.
Okay, nice.
This wasn't formulated specifically by a formulator. This is off the shelf, but in terms of the ingredients, if you go to the website, I don't know off by heart, but yeah, it's got key ingredients that can help improve the area.
Okay, yeah.
I'm sorry, put it up.
So they're saying that you dodged Mark's question. Is that true? Mark, did you feel that he answered your question?
Will I ask him again?
What can it give you?
You answered that. People don't listen.
No, he said...
They're too busy typing in the chat.
Did he answer your question?
I feel like he did. I should feel more energized. I should feel focused, being able to concentrate. You get what I'm trying to say? Like, I feel like... Because, I mean, it's only going to be little tweaks. I mean, it's not going to turn man into a flipping superhero, is it? Like, there should be... So if I feel like I'm a more disciplined, got more energy in the morning, able to focus and concentrate more, then I guess that would, I think he would answer the question.
No, but equally, fair play to the person that made that comment. For me...
They're just trolling. No, don't give them props.
For me, I feel... I feel the difference. So because I've been taking it for a long period of time now, I feel the difference when I go for a prolonged period without taking it. I'm like, so when I stop taking it and if I'm not taking it for a couple of weeks, I'm like, wow, like why am I like, oh, you know what? I've not been taking my vitamin.
Okay.
Like that's how I feel. Yeah. So I'm already running like at like a high level. When I stop taking it after a period of time, I'm like, okay, yeah.
I actually like that. I feel like that's very human to say. The fact that like you've got these supplements and you have information that you do, but even sometimes you forget to take them as well.
Yeah,
I like that.
I wanted to ask you, obviously running this black business now, what are some of the difficulties that you've kind of encountered?
In terms of what, selling or the overall business or what aspect?
Like in any way.
In any way.
So for me, like I don't have a medical background, so I'm leaning on experts in the field. I don't have social media. I don't go on social media, so I don't know. Even aesthetically, I'm looking to redesign the packaging. I know us as black people, we like shiny things. We like things that look good. So I think from a branding perspective, I've got a lot of work to do in that field to try and make it look more appealing. But also as well, I think like building trust and just getting the word out there. I have come to know that it's quite. There's lots of black businesses that have come about now, which is fantastic, by the way. But just being seen, being heard, and just getting the message out there. I think for me, like I'm okay, like in terms of like my career, but I genuinely want to do better for black health. And so that isn't necessarily just pushing the product, but I want us to be aware of the issues that disproportionately impact us and how we can do better.
Is that something that your wife basically instilled in you, or you cared about that before you met her?
No. So before I met my missus, I had started Afro Health. But no, it just so happens that she's in the medical profession, and every time she comes home from work, we're discussing. I
love that.
Dope. I think I want to ask one question before we wrap up. What's your biggest life lesson so far?
My biggest life lesson relating to Afro Health, or just in
general? Anything that you think someone hearing this could benefit from?
Yeah, so for me, my biggest life lesson is to be grateful. Like I'm so grateful for so much I have in life, and that's because of my background. So born and raised in London, but my dad came from a very poor village, like in Nigeria in the east, and I have first cousins that live in like mud houses in my village.
Yeah.
And so when I go back to Nigeria and I see how they live and I give them money and I help them, and I come back to London, I often people take for granted the fact that we have running water, we can turn on the light. You know, when we're ordering food from Deliveroo or whatever, it's taken an hour for the food to arrive, but people are struggling to eat, right? And so even down to us having like friends in our family, like I've lost key members of my family and I'm still grateful. I'm still grateful that I still have my siblings and my friends. And so my biggest life lesson is to not take things for granted and to be grateful for what we have.
I love that. It's very wholesome.
Yeah, man, 100%.
I like that.
Thank you very much, man. People
thank you so
support
much.
afrohealth.co.uk, man.
But
Please support.
even though you're going to be supporting it, double check the ingredients in each of the products. Is that all right to say?
Yeah, 100%.
Are you sure?
100%.
Cool. Just want to know.
You
I
already
encourage
said
everyone to do that for sure.
Exactly. And choose, I guess, the ones that's tailor-made for you as an individual, innit?
absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right,
I
man.
really
Thank
like
you very
this.
much.
This is very wholesome. Thank you for
I'm
joining
gonna
us.
leave you guys with some multivitamins
Thank you.
and some water bottles to encourage you guys to drink more water. So I've got
Love it.
2 female ones. I guess you can take these
Thank
these
you.
2.
What you got different ones for gal and
And for men,
This is why you need to take the
You know what I'm saying? Concentration, innit?
This is why you need to take the vitamins. Concentration. It will help you with your damn concentration. We talk about it 5
Bare
times.
I guess a water bottle.
Oh, it's cool, it's cool, man.
Encourage you guys to drink more
Thank you
water.
very much.
No,
Thank you
listen to
very
none of
much.
this shit.
You don't know.
Get the vitamins and get it right. You get me? I just want the end product. I just need
Oh, I like this. Says with extra.
you lot take all the information in and you get me, but I just need to get right. I just need to get fixed. That's it.
I like this here because it says with extra vitamin D.
Yes.
Defo is
See what I'm
black,
saying?
Afro centric.
100%.
Centered. Yeah, that's
Trust
what.
you to like vitamin D. I don't know vitamin D in my one. Can you give me one without the D?
So childish.
What?
So childish.
Ben.
So what
Put
is
the
that
camera
in the
on me, please.
box?
Oh, so it's just a
What
water
bottle?
bottle.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm really keen for people
nice.
to drink more water, and it's just a water bottle. But there are 3 guys here, so I will put in the post African mango,
Yes, please.
another men's B100 multivitamins, and yeah, anything else you guys want, I can.
I don't know if I
Thank you
believe
very
you, bro.
That's fair.
That was promised to me before you came in here. I ain't seen it yet. You bring 1 bottle for this boy.
No, I've got
there's
two
two.
bottles.
Let me keep it. Then I'll Ben will try and steal it.
Where's the African mango?
I'll bring African mango and another
Oh,
water
okay,
bottle.
sorry.
Yeah.
I might need to double up like you. Vitamin. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
We really
thank you.
appreciate you coming. And I love when people are doing things to better our community.
Yeah.
It's very, very important. And I love the fact that we're living in an age now where we do have this information and where we have people who are willing to take on that responsibility to spread that message. So yeah, everyone check out Afro Health.
Yes.
And yeah. Thank you
Thank
so
you
much.
guys. Thank you so much. Thank
Thanks for
you.
coming,
Appreciate
man.
this.
Man.
Nice. Let's get into our next headlines.
All right, so Taiwan's president, Tsai Ing-wen, arrived in New York yesterday for a visit that has triggered threats of reprisal by China if she meets with the House Speaker, Kevin McCarthy. Tsai is stopping over in the United States.
Sorry. Can everybody say bye?
See you later.
See you later, man.
See you
I
later,
said
see
you
you later.
sold me.
We
I
did,
looked in
we
his
said
eyes. I
bye.
said bye.
Say Jenny,
Time to give vitamins now so you can concentrate. Go on.
So Tsai is stopping over in the United States en route to Central America, where she'll meet with the leaders of Guatemala and Belize to shore up ties with those diplomatic allies. On her way back to Taiwan, she will stop in California, where McCarthy had said he would meet her. China claims the democratic island as part of its territory to be retaken one day, and under its One China principle, no country may maintain official ties with both Beijing and Taipei. Beijing warned Wednesday that it would vehemently be opposed to any meeting between Tsai and McCarthy and vowed to take resolute measures to fight back if it goes ahead. The United States responded by saying China should not use Tsai's stopover as a pretext to act aggressively around the Taiwan Strait. Next headline takes us to Malaysia, and the trigger warning here, but it's good though because some stricter laws that they want to implement to protect children. So live streaming of sex involving children and sextortion are now crimes under amendments to 2 bills passed in Parliament. Also prohibited is the practice of asking children who testify questions that are misleading, confusing, discriminating, or belittling. A total of 10 MPs debated the Sexual Offences Against Children Act in 2017, which was then passed via a voice note. The amendments to the Act seek to criminalise the live streaming of sex involving children and sextortion. 8 MPs then debated the bill to amend the Evidence of the Child Witness Act, Act 676, and it was passed after a voice vote, in Parliament. The amendments included 1 to raise the definition of a child witness from below the age of 16 to below 18. And the last headline takes us to Jamaica, where they're pretty much getting criticised, the Health Ministry is anyway. So basically, despite the severe impact of the Zika and chikungunya viruses on Jamaica, the Ministry of Health and Wellness has failed to carry out an assessment and document the lessons learned from the health emergencies. The first case of the Zika virus in Jamaica was confirmed in January of 2016, while the chikungunya virus first impacted the country in 2014. Health officials say that 80% of Jamaica's population was infected with the latter, both are mosquito-borne diseases. In a performance audit report tabled in Parliament on Tuesday, the Auditor, General Pamela Monroe-Ellis, said that in addition to what I've just mentioned, there was no evidence that the Health Ministry incorporated post-event reviews to aid in responding to future health emergencies. The Auditor General also highlighted that the Ministry is yet to conduct an evaluation of the lessons learned by the COVID-19 pandemic, although it acknowledged the importance of a formal assessment and documentation of the lessons learned. Data obtained from the Pan-American Health Organization Core Indicators Portal, a dashboard on countries' hospital beds per 1,000 population, suggested that in 2021, Jamaica had 1.68 hospital beds available for every 1,000 persons in the population. In its 10-year strategic plan, the Health Ministry listed bed occupancy rates among the challenges affecting the public health system and acknowledged that health bed rates relative to population sizes are low, but largely function at excess capacity. And that's it for the headlines.
Thank you. Let's get into the reaction.
Danielle said that she wants to come on and school us on microbiomes and diets and health related stuff. So she said just schedule her in as soon as possible and she will come through.
Is that her story though?
She ain't got no products to sell or nothing, but
is that her story though? Is she vegan or anything?
Facts and figures and that.
No, she's not vegan.
No, because I talked about wanting to do the gut thing. So she messaged me saying it's not a good idea.
She better come with receipts.
Yeah? Did you ask him for receipts?
Huh?
No, not that. Don't do that, please.
I didn't even know.
No.
I don't even know what he said.
No. That's not. No. What?
I don't even know.
Wait,
I don't know anything that man said. I just know I got the vitamins.
Pop some pills.
No, not yet. I'll do it in the morning.
Get some attention.
Can I say yeah?
Esther?
Danielle, thank you. Thank you. Only 2 of us are on point today.
Tomorrow I'm going to be better.
Danielle is all the walking proof I need. I'm trying to have abs like Danielle by the summertime. So whatever Danielle tells me, I'm following it.
Fair play to her. Oh, is that
That's Danielle? You tried to discredit her. Morning, gorgeous lady.
Is it
It's
Danielle?
Saleh, I swear, cut it off. It was Danielle.
Good morning.
We can't hear anything, so.
Okay.
All right.
Morning. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we
Are you
can
okay?
hear you.
Yeah.
Yeah, morning, guys. Sorry, I just wanted to quickly call in about, I know it's sort of just going back on just the health thing. I thought obviously it was really good that you guys...
Sorry, what is your name?
Oh, sorry, it's Demi.
Demi.
Oh, yeah, it's
morning,
Demi.
Demi.
You right, Demi?
Called you a gorgeous lady.
I thought it was really important that you guys are talking about stuff like health, because I think compared to like all the kind of other platforms you sort of listen to, I think stuff like this topic is really important. So I really rate you guys for actually even touching on the topic and like going into detail in it. I just had like a really quick point. I'm not going to take too much time, but because I think when people are having a conversation, I think a lot of people are talking about, well, I'm not sure like what I need to take and like things that like are good for me or like where I'm like deficient and stuff. And I think I would recommend a lot of people to go for like a health assessment kind of thing. So I'd sort of regularly or like periodically go for these health assessments. So you don't want to promote like a company or whatever, but I do mine with like Nuffield Health, and it's like a really detailed assessment that tells you exactly like they look into like your family health history. They look into like your like whether it's your blood, your like physiology, your heart rate, your cholesterol, like, and they give you like a detailed report which basically addresses like all the areas that you might be like lacking in, like where you need to improve and stuff. You take like a whole day out. It's like 3, 4, maybe plus hours of kind of doing different tests. Like you do like your breathing tests, your movement tests, obviously your blood tests, urine, all of that, and then like I said, you get a report at the end which literally gives you like specific details of like all the areas that like your body might be lacking in. They'll obviously give you recommendations of foods to eat. If you need to get referred on, they'll refer you on. And I think it's a really good service. And I don't know obviously if people know or don't know about that, but I think I would recommend people to to look into that. So I think that's what I would encourage people to do that.
It's similar to like Vitality and that, right?
You can
yeah, basically, yeah.
Okay.
Like, it's like so it's like more of like a one-off, like really detailed tests that they run. But it's really like it's been really helpful for me because obviously I'm like a typical guy. I don't really go to the like GP or doctor that much, like unless I'm really hurt or whatever. But like doing these tests, like it kind of gives me more of like a handle on what I should and shouldn't be doing, basically. So I think it's just worth doing for everyone who has like questions about their like personal health.
Is it the same as a health MOT? Have you heard of those?
I think it's pretty much like that.
It's a bit more detailed. So like your health MOTs, I don't think go into detail. So like these, they have like different standards. So for like Nuffield, for example, you've got like a 360 plus, 360, like a lifestyle. A lifestyle would be like a kind of basic one, like the health MOT. Obviously, these they can range in price. Obviously, like the sort of top end ones will cost like close to £1,000, but it really does benefit you like to sort of do these things, and I think it is worth it. So it is very detailed, and obviously for the reason why it's a little bit more on the expensive side, but it's 100% worth it.
Can I ask you, how often do you do yours? Is it like once a year or?
So yes, if you're sort of young, like less if you're further away from like the over 40 side, I think once every couple of years is fine, and that's what I do. But if you're like closer to that over 40 age, then they do recommend you to come quite frequently, probably like annually or whatever.
Okay. All right, thank you very much for that, man.
That's just all I wanted to say.
Yeah.
Before you go, what did you have for breakfast?
What did I have for breakfast? I just had porridge with bananas.
All right, not nuts though.
No, I didn't. Is that bad?
No, it's no. You're living right. You're living right, bro. You're living right, bro.
Brent's such a mug, you know.
Hey.
This guy.
I'm sorry.
Anyway, Demi, thank you very much, man.
Yeah, you can't take him nowhere.
Oh, Brent's too funny.
This guy. Also, before we move on to the reaction, I just want to remind the people of what I spoke about yesterday. The 10K run, supporting that run. It's in the community as well. Zizi's brother, who's in the chat typically all the time.
Is his name in the chat Zizi's brother?
Yes, that's his
act.
That's his chat name. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry.
Okay.
But his name's Ramsey. So I think he mentioned it yesterday in the chat anyway. But he's doing a 10K run to spread awareness about triple negative breast cancer. Again, that disease affects predominantly our people, man. Mainly Africans. So he's doing a raffle as well. It's going to be 4 prizes. 3 of them, I believe, are from black-owned businesses. One of them is the T&Me Phases of the Day loose leaf tea bundle. A T&Me loose leaf tea bundle. The second one is a month of bespoke online coaching with a PT, Louis Walcott. And the last one is a natural nail manicure with a manicurist by the name of Izana. So yeah, man, please support.
Absolutely.
But yeah.
All right, let's get into reaction.
We'll be all right. Welcome to the reaction. Slow news day as far as the world of sports is concerned. There's only a few stories here. The first one will be congratulations to the Arsenal women's football team.
Big up the women. Big up the girls.
Big up the girls. They beat Bayern Munich to go through to the semi-finals. Oh, there's Champions League. And they overturned the 1-goal deficit as well. You never told us that, Brent. Are you not? I thought you support Arsenal, bro. Yeah, okay, yeah, you keep quiet anyway.
You know, he's been doing a lot all day, you know. Now you're quiet, you can't talk. You ain't got a voice no more.
Big up the gal them. On a 14-game winning streak. Aye, this was a big result. The Bayern girls have been on a 14-game winning streak, and they was losing 1-0 down in the first leg, and they came back.
Love it.
And that's the Champions League. Brent, give them
Hit
another
the horn.
round of applause, man. Big up the gal them, man. Hopefully they make it to the finals. You be watching the finals, Brent?
I watched this last match.
All right, then. Let's go. And our last headline of the day, short and sweet one, is... Oh, here we go. Justice. Lewis Hamilton praises the Brazilian government for fining former F1 champion over offensive comments. Do you remember when PK was talking smack about Hamilton?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Let's get into this. Lewis Hamilton has praised the Brazilian government for fining former Formula One world champion Nelson Piquet for making racist and homophobic comments about the Mercedes driver. Footage emerged last year of two separate clips that featured the 70-year-old Brazilian using racist and homophobic slurs when talking about the 7-time world champion Hamilton. After charges were brought against Piquet, a 3-time F1 champion, by 4 human rights groups, including Brazil's National LGBT Plus Alliance, a Brazilian court last week ruled that he must pay the best part of $1 million, which is 778 British pounds. That's a lot of money, boy. Does that go to Lewis or just to?
No idea, you know. Probably not Lewis.
Not Lewis, no, innit? No, okay, cool. During an interview in November 2021, Piquet used a racist slur referring to Hamilton when commenting on the Mercedes driver's Grand Prix crash with Max Verstappen. Hamilton called for action to change archaic mindsets after the footage of the interview surfaced on social media last June. Piquet apologised to the British driver and said his comments have been mistranslated. Piquet's daughter, Kelly, is Max Verstappen's partner. In another clip which emerged later, Piquet used racist and homophobic language against Hamilton in a podcast interview when describing how the British F1 driver missed out on the 2016 championship to Nico Rosberg. Hamilton, who was awarded honorary Brazilian citizenship last June, is the sport's only black driver. Hamilton has used his platform to promote human rights causes and earlier this week used his Instagram account to condemn a new bill passed in Uganda that leaves citizens who identify as gay at risk of life imprisonment. And that is the end of our sports news. Let's get
The only black driver.
The only black driver in the sports.
And he's the best in the sport.
Is that because of black people don't want to do Formula One?
No, he's just the best.
Yeah, he's just the best in the sport.
No, he's the only one. He's the best. I'm not saying he's the best because he's black. I'm not talking about that. I'm saying him being the only one in the sport. Is that because of...
It's because they've seen that the black is the best.
So now they're letting no more...
Yeah, because it will just be a black sport.
I see that. I see what you've done.
Wise, right?
Yeah, it makes sense.
For them. Yeah.
African nations.
Ooh, nearly skipped it. I thought this was old.
No.
I see this every day. They look the same. Oh, so did I miss that yesterday as well then?
Yeah.
Shit, sorry. I thought you'd be leaving old information in the dock. So apparently, the African nations qualifiers are going on. Oh, they're going on the same time as the Euro qualifiers.
Indeed.
That makes sense. They're equally as important. All right, cool. Well, the African nations qualifiers games have been going on. And I will read off some of these results. You get me? Come on, man. We got to support ours. So Rwanda drew 1-1 with Benin. What's this? Mauritania.
Yeah, Mauritania.
Mauritania drew 1-1 with DR Congo. Libya lost 1-0 to Tunisia. Ivory Coast beat Comoros 2-0. Togo and Burkina Faso drew 1-1. Tanzania lost 1-0 to Uganda. Gambia beat Mali 1-0. South Africa beat Liberia 2-1. Senegal beat Mozambique 1-0. Botswana lost to Equatorial Guinea 3-2. Eswatini, is that right? They lost 1-0 to Cape Verde. Malawi got smoked 4-0 by Egypt. Wonder if Mo Salah got in on the act there. And Nambia beat Cameroon 2-1. So, I don't know.
Nambia?
That's what it says?
Oh, sorry, Namibia.
Same shit?
Need to pop some of them Attention pills, bro.
That was. Oh, there's an eye there. In between the M and the B.
It's just the pills.
Is that what it is?
Tomorrow you'll be better.
There you go. I'm gonna pop them now. Should I pop them? Should I pop them now, or should I wait till the morning?
Morning.
Wait till the morning, please.
We need to see difference.
I think, yeah.
I didn't even know Namibia was a place.
I know.
Yeah, you did.
Namibia.
You know, remember the runner? Oh, I forgot his name now. Frederick. He always used to come like second, third place during Michael Johnson's era. Oh, you know him. If you see him, you know him. 200 meters. I think he did 400 as well. But
yeah, but he didn't know he came from Namibia, bro.
I didn't know there was a Namibia. I don't think I've ever said the word Namibia until just now when you made me read it out.
Maybe. Yeah.
Just saying.
Next holiday destination.
Is it nice there?
It's beautiful.
All right, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Nambia instead.
Take your African mangoes, bro.
I don't have the words anymore. I just don't.
All right, cool. That's the end about African news. Let's get into Out Ere. Oh, it's been a long day.
All right. I know, right?
It's been a long day. So they want me to highlight the Tennessee lawmakers. Brent, bring this clip up and bring the picture up of this family, because I see everybody talking about this family. This is a weird one to me, yeah, because obviously I understand gun laws. There's big thing in America, and obviously the firearms thing and the mass shootings thing. I understand it's all crazy, yeah. I am more of the mindset that it's the people in control of the guns more than the guns. I honestly believe if guns was legal in this country, I'd be a gun owner. I'd be a proud gun owner. If I was in America and I was allowed, I'd probably be a proud gun owner. So I don't want to turn my nose up at people owning guns. But you say you had enough? Basically, yeah, there's like a congressman or something like that, yeah. Obviously, we spoke about the shooting that took place in Nashville recently, innit? Do you know what I'm trying to say? And he's a congressman, I think, Tennessee, innit? From Tennessee, he represents Tennessee. So then they brought up the picture from him with his family. It's an old Christmas picture.
Yeah, but Christmas, man.
And I think they want him to apologise, and he's on some, I'm not apologising for this. Why would I apologise for a picture with my family and we're showing our right to bear arms and stuff like that? And I think he's getting a lot of backlash. So I just want to put it to the youth lot and to the people and to try and see, like, where do we stand on this? Again, I'm saying it's hard for me because, like, obviously images like this do seem weird. It's like, what are you doing with these assault rifles and the whole family and all that? But I'm not American. I can't speak to this. Like, do you know what I'm trying to say? They're not doing nothing illegal. They're not doing nothing wrong. So I want to know how you lot feel about it, or the people in the chat. How do we feel about this? Is he not reading the room because he's a lawmaker and he's in a position of power? Should he have walked it back or said something? Or does he believe in his rights? Is he right to take the stance that he has nothing to apologise for? Is it insensitive because of everything that's gone on? I
would only care if he was racist. If he's racist, no, because in my mind, if you're racist and you got kids, your kids holding guns, then it's like duck nigga kind of, yeah, you shoot any nigga down kind of vibe.
Because you're raising future racists as well.
Yeah, do you get what I mean? And it's like this is like it's like you're telling them what the gun is used for. If they're not racists, then it is the law of the land. Like this is just the norm over there.
I think.
I mean,
it's a weird one. It's a weird one because it's like, given the situation in his own state as well, you could simply just be like, look, I apologize, or just take it down and just understand the situation. But at the same time, like you're saying, the American mindset is completely different. He may be thinking, well, if more people were like me, we probably would have stopped this trans killer. You know what I'm saying? So you guys should be thinking like me.
Yeah.
But again, who knows?
Yeah, but we don't even know how he's thinking it. We just know that he's taking pictures with guns.
Yeah, but he's basically just saying, look, we exercise our right. You know what I'm saying? And all of you should be able to do so too.
Yeah, but then someone would technically say that the trans person as well was exercising their right to have a gun.
This is true.
Because of that, that's why I feel like it's the norm there. Like I don't like this empty apologies where you squeeze an apology out of public figures and all that kind of crap. because they apologize, and then what happens after that? He apologizes, and that might be his next Christmas card. I don't think he needs to apologize.
Said,
because
and I'm gonna say that they said that this is a Merry Christmas to Ogle's family on a post when he put the thing. He's saying the very atmosphere of firearms anywhere and everywhere restrains evil interference. They deserve a place of honor with all that's good.
See, it's a different mindset.
bullshitting, man. He's bullshitting. That's bullshit.
No, but he believes this though.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Because remember
he's saying it's gonna stop
we're
evil
different.
doing, innit?
Yeah,
He's
that's what I'm
protecting them. This he said this is a good thing. I can protect me, my family,
Yeah.
anybody else that needs it.
okay.
Again, I don't know. Let me see what the chat's saying. 'Cause I don't know how. I can. There's obviously I'm not insensitive.
Yeah,
to
of
stuff
course.
to get me. So
And I think
I understand.
That's the thing. But I feel like we're sensitive to stuff because we don't live in a place where bearing arms is one of our amendment rights. So over there, this isn't insensitive. This isn't him. He doesn't have to read the room.
Yeah.
The temperature of the room is owning guns and having open carry in certain states and stuff like that. So I see why he's not going to apologize. What am I apologizing for?
Another thing is whether we like it or not. Yeah, we're not from over there. We can't understand. This is just like you're saying. It's the law of the land.
Yeah.
You get me? Some of them will tell you it's their God-given right to be able to do this. So just because we don't understand and we don't think, you can't be looking and vilifying people. You get what I'm trying to say? Like, and it's not necessarily the weapon. It's like they say, like, guns don't kill people. People do.
Yeah.
You get what I'm trying to say? Like, the guns are there. If it will sit here all day long and not cause no harm whatsoever. It's till it gets into the wrong hands, isn't it?
Yeah.
Someone's saying if you read up on Proverbs said if you read up on his comments, he's an asshole, and that's why I said that whole thing about he's talking about protection, whatever. Bullshit, man. But again, it's the law of the land, isn't it? Their land, so.
Manuel, would you own guns if it is that there was?
If I lived in America?
No, if they decide to just switch it up.
Yeah, probably.
But would you go on Instagram and be posting?
No, not at all. Not at all.
Not taking a picture of the family, innit? It's still different, innit? It's like that's like rubbing it in people's face. Like that's not. I don't know. What am I saying?
I think it's because we see kids. I feel like it's so difficult for us to be objective about it because we don't live there, and that's not the law of the land where we're from. Do you get what I mean? So it feels a bit like, wow, kids with guns, but again, when kids walk around, they see guns casually. They might go to the supermarket, they might go to swimming pools, they might go, I don't know what public spaces they are, but the kids see guns on hips all the time.
Yeah, but what's it in aid of though? Like if they're like
protecting his family.
Because even if guns was legal here, like you're saying, you'll have them, and as the head of the household, you'll protect them. What is the need to have your little daughter and your little son there with the guns?
Teaching them how to protect from young.
No, it doesn't make sense. I'm saying like if he was like an avid hunter or something like that, and he's hunting and he's getting his kids into hunting from young, and they're hunting and thing, and it's like, all right, cool. This is your family tradition. This is what you do. You are standing up there saying Merry Christmas with big assault rifles. What is this message? Like, why are you doing this? Anyway, because the guns are illegal. The guns are illegal. They're not illegal guns. You're allowed them there for your protection. All right, cool, fine. This image of you, your wife, your kid, and your daughter, your son and your daughter, with the big... Why are we doing this?
And that's why I said the statement he gave, I call bullshit, because any man who's protecting his family does not go around having to make the most noise and saying, if you wanted to your picture with a gun in a Christmas card so bad, you would have been the only one to do it. But you can't say you're protecting your family when you got your family protecting themselves. You got damn kids protecting themselves because they've got guns too. It's just nonsense, man. It's stupid.
It is, man.
It's stupid.
I don't know. Who are we giving down here to? Because again,
The entire clan.
But the whole family?
Everybody.
They're not done.
Dog.
It's not illegal.
It's not illegal, but again,
they're in Tennessee. It's a gun state, open carry. This is what they're on.
But that's fair. But he's done it for me because of the comment that he made talking about this is to protect my family. You're not solely protecting your family. You've got your family protecting themselves. You've got the kids protecting themselves with their own guns.
Yeah.
Everybody's done, including the damn dog. Everybody.
Yeah, they're just taking it lightheartedly. The mum's got like an AR-15 thing. I think it's like pink or purple or something like that. She customized it and that. You get me? They're ready to go. You step in that yard.
Listen.
Yeah.
Whew.
Finished.
You know when I'm going to shoot once. If they make me shoot a second time, it's wild, man.
Okay, let's hear this quickly.
If you're coming to contest that it's not good at done at you need to get... No.
Morning.
Make me hungry.
Morning.
Good morning.
Was that Proverbs?
Proverbs.
Yeah, listen, I just wanted to qualify what I said about this guy. The issue in the US is the AR-15 is a gun of war. Yeah, it is not a gun to protect yourself. They use it in war to kill multiple people. And people want these guns banned because most of the mass shootings have involved AR-15s, which is you can kill multiple people in a short space of time. The Republicans don't want to ban these guns. And that is the thing because they are sponsored by the NRA. The key thing is, if you want to protect yourself under the Second Amendment, you can have a handgun. If someone comes into your house, you've got a handgun, you can shoot them. An AR-15 is created to kill multiple people in a short space of time. And most mass shootings have involved AR-15s. So this arsehole who is saying, pray, because we can't get rid of people that will kill people because they've got mental health or they're trans, is an arsehole. You can ban those guns. They can get those guns. An 18-year-old can get an AR-15 and in a short space of time and go into a school and kill people. And this is what it's about. And that's why I said you need to look at what this guy is saying. It is his area. He is the representative, and he is saying people just pray because it's evil people that do these things. And that is the reason why I've said he's an arsehole. You need to research what he's saying. And the AR-15 is a gun of war. It is not a gun of protection, and it is not needed by your average Joe in the States. And that's the reason why I say, you know, people need to look at, they are sponsored by the NRA, they are paid for by the NRA, and that is why they don't want to ban that gun.
Okay, cool. Thanks for that. I don't know. I'm just thinking, yeah. If I was a gun enthusiast, I'm a gun enthusiast. I like guns. If I had them legally, I'd have a wide array of guns, and because I'm allowed to, I'd have all different types. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Yeah. So, like, why wouldn't I? Kind of thing. They should ban fully automatic weapons from being on the streets of America, because for real, unless you're in wartime, why do you need a fully automatic weapon? You get what I'm trying to say? Like, they should ban fully automatic weapons, so no one should have them. But the fact that they haven't, and the fact that the option's there, is what creates the problem. There's loads of normal, legit gun carrying people that's got AR-15s in their yard that don't do nothing crazy with it, and that's the argument that they're gonna make. You get me? If it's legal and I'm allowed it, I can have any gun I want. You get me? And and I like them, the way they work. And boom, if that's what you're into, you would do it. I think for real, the government needs to put something in place so the fact that so the option's not even there. Yeah. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Because by rights, you're not doing nothing wrong. And even I was saying to you, I asked you before, making it illegal is not gonna. Is that all that stuff? It's happening now because it's illegal. But if you stop it, would it stop it? Are these people just gonna? It's just gonna make the guns be illegal. They're gonna still be doing the same things, just that the guns are illegal. You know what I'm trying to say?
But there are stats. Margs, that show that people that have banned those guns in their states, they have less mass shootings. There are stats that show it. So the banning that firearm has helped to reduce this thing. So they need to look at that. I don't believe that they should ban arms, but I believe this gun is a gun of war. They gave it. So
I get what you're saying, yeah. So you see, because they haven't banned it, yeah. So obviously, because what you're saying about the gun is right, innit? But because they haven't banned it yet and it's legal, yeah. Do you feel a way about normal people, legit citizens and civilians that's got AR-15s that's not doing anything crazy with them, like the ones that just got them?
I understand what you're saying, but what you got to understand is a lot of these people in Congress are sponsored by the people that make these guns and make money for them.
Yeah, 100%.
And that's why they're not. No, that's why they're not speaking out against it, because the money puts them in Congress and they can't speak out against it.
100%.
So what I'm saying is, yes, it's in the law, but they don't want to ban it because it helps them stay in government.
Yeah, they're screwed. They're never going to get rid of the guns over there, man.
And that's the point. And that's why that I'm saying that man is an arsehole, because he knows he cannot come out against the NRA and the people that sponsor him and put him in government. Because why do you need a gun of war? Handguns, all the other guns, I believe in it because it's legal. But why do you need a gun that can kill multiple people in a short space of time? You need that in war. What war are you fighting against? Against children in a school.
I hear you. Well, I think they should just take them away altogether, because the fact that other people have them, then it's like, when you say, why do I need it? It's like, do you know how many AR-15s got sold in America last year? If other people got them, why can't I have one? I need one too. Yeah. Like, you get what I'm trying to say? Like, level the playing field. But they should just get rid of all of them. And you're right, he does sound like a bit of an arsehole. So he is definitely done out here. We got to the conclusion.
I just wanted to qualify my statement for calling him an arsehole. And you guys can go online. He said people need to pray against, the devils that do this stuff, not make legislation. Come on.
All right, then. Well, thanks for your call.
Anyway, see you guys.
Thank you very much.
Good show as usual.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Bye.
Yeah, it's a tough one, man, with them gun sentiments, because it's clearly the fact that they're legal and the access to them that's just causing all the problems. But yeah, it's a tough one, man. It's a tough one. But yeah, people have spoken, man. He's definitely done Out Ere, man. Can't remember his name. What's his name? Did I say it? I don't even know if I said it.
Dickhead,
Dickhead, yeah, he's done Out Ere, man. Let's get into our outro.
I'll be damned. I really was eating nuts in the morning, actually. I forgot. I just clocked my protein bar had nuts in it. So you're one. Thank you guys for an amazing show. Big up our guest, Okey, from Afro Health. And you guys should check it out. Check out afrohealth.co.uk. And also they're on Instagram. And yeah. Also, please like the video. Likes have been a bit low recently. So like the video. Thank you very much. Share it. Drop in your group chats. All that great stuff. Follow us on our social media platforms, The Day After TNB, on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. And if you want to send voice notes, dilemmas, texts, all that great stuff, the number is 075 648 41073. If you'd like to inquire about the show or feature on the show, the email address is thedayafter@thenewblack.com. We'll see you guys for Mark's Day tomorrow.
Peace.
Bye.